looks to be green. Okay. So everybody, last time on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, you guys found yourselves coming back into essentially the last little bit of the tribunal from your kind of caper solving, in which the last two remaining members of the party, the three-member party who had stolen items, I should say, were basically being put to trial to defend themselves. Ultimately, they were unable to, with the girl herself kind of failing to be able to defend them, and the armored companion stepping forward into a more aggressive stance, which caused the village leader to essentially paralyze and then roast said armored person, knocking them into the giant bonfire where you all watched them cook alive. The girl at that point was kind of broken, having lost her two compatriots and friends, and essentially was dragged off to Petja's hut and given to Magnus and basically told by the village leader, I know you know how to do the easy way and the hard way, start with the easy way. And he kind of nodded and took her inside. With that being done, the village leader returned to his jovial nature, or much more so, and returned to the party. And kind of just got back on track with you guys, since the last thing that had been asked by Magnus was about the Frostjade flower. You guys kind of spoke up to the fact that, yes, you were looking for it. And he said, yeah, okay, I think we can help you out. We know what that is. It's the ice rock flower. And he basically sent you along your way to it with a guide who had seen it before. On the way, this guide basically, between him and Kara, they cut out a lot of time to get here. And that you guys stopped in one instance to some noise in the distance, which you quickly determined to be deer. These deer then basically scattered off when you guys went to pass by them, having decided you don't need any extra rations. And you continued along your way. Ultimately, what you found was the location of the Frostjade flower under the guidance of this Goliath. And as you went forward to seize it from the rock that it was upon, you were stopped suddenly by a line driven up into the snow from nowhere, as far as you could discern. Specifically, Leif was in the middle of a step and was stopped. And he looked over and saw a man sitting on another rock and basically was called out to and told, do not cross the line. The flower was apparently belonging to the man on the rock. Leif kind of called the group forward, and some communication was had for a while, under which the group did try their utmost to respect this man's claim and potentially offer alternatives. I believe it was Mace offered doing lay on hands on his sick wife that he had told you about, and we sadly were unable to determine if that would solve the problem, or I should say, not say we, I should say he specifically as a character, because we did determine that that would technically solve any poison in this realm that you're aware of, Mace.
But he's not of this realm.
And he's also not aware of how that would affect in this case, just by nature of that magic doesn't really exist in his realm, or at least not in the same way, not the way that he would understand it. So he said, I'm sorry, thank you, but that won't work for me. And then Kara said, well, I might have something better. And she kind of brought up a potion to him. And he took a quick whiff of the potion, not even a taste, claiming that he was an expert alchemist and that would be enough. And apparently it was. He was able to claim that it was indeed a very strong potive that may indeed work, but he wasn't guaranteed, as he knew not anyone using this sort of potion to treat her ailment. So again, he thanked her for trying, but said, considering the flower is here, I'm going to stake my claim and take it instead. The party at that point realized, well, we're kind of at an impasse. We don't really see any other options. So with that, they just kind of said, okay, buddy, sorry. And he said, okay, guys, sorry. And you guys, stood to arms. In the last little bits,
said sorry.
Yeah, that's true. But it was more the attitude of it. Everybody was very cordial still. It was not like they were straight at each other's throats in either regard.
That's not the attitude I got from his fist, so.
Eventually, very understandable. I'm just saying, in terms of at the start of the fight, in that
That's
instance,
true.
before he turned into a dragon, it was
Yeah,
a much more
before he turned
cordial
me into
conversation.
a
Everybody was
ball
was
of
being
crumpled
pretty
up
at
aluminum.
arms, but at arm's length. But it was still a nice, good conversation. I felt. Regardless, in the last closing remarks, you guys did notice him kind of slip a pill into his mouth, and eventually he stood up off of his rock and claimed that if no conversation could be had or no peaceful way out, then yes, to arms. And you watched as he suddenly became aglow in a bright golden light, and his skin started to kind of grow these very bright golden scales, and he grew some horns and some claws on long fingers, and even a long tail and some wings, and essentially, claimed to be a dragon and to watch out. The party did kind of take this to note to a degree, but they still moved in as they do. Mallow taking the lead, I believe, if memory serves, and you guys all took to arms. Initially, I believe everybody was able to go before the dragon. So the first round, you learned essentially that this dragon was not only made of exceptionally hard scales when Leif finally managed to land a blow with his greatsword, but also it was incredibly dexterous and hard to even pin down to hit to begin with. His movements definitely those of an expert martial artist is the term I'm looking for. But eventually, you guys did kind of fight along, moving through this little field in front of the Frost Jade Flower, trading enough blows that the dragon was dropped to pretty low health, and the party, despite having to fight against the odds, not only against this strong dragon, but when magic suddenly started raining down on the field from somewhere undiscernible, with both a fog cloud and then later darkness, that it became relatively evident that the dragon could see through. You guys still, like I said, managed to get him pretty low health, but realized that, especially when he knocked Mace down, it was not exactly like this fight was going in your favor either. So taking a look at the field and recognizing the battle tide for what it was, or so I should say, for what it might have been, because could have gone either way, I will say, depending. Leif decided that it was better to protect his friends in this instance, and asked his sword if there was anything that it could possibly do to guide him into solving this solution. The sword basically asked him, is this how you want to use your one current true question? And he said yes. And with that, it basically answered and told him, yes, there is a way. He has claimed that what he seeks is the nectar of the flower when it blooms. But what you guys need is the plant. It doesn't matter as long as it blooms again at some point, it will, fulfill the need of the request, as far as you're aware. So with that, you called out to him, asked him if it was possible to stop, because there seems to have been a misunderstanding, and you kind of came to these terms, despite being in the thralls of battle. It was eventually agreed that the fight would stop. Everyone would kind of step away from the flower for the most part, except for, in one instance, you, Leif, did allow Xinglong to move a step closer to the flower just so he felt more comfortable being able to guard it. And then, essentially, the party said, yes, okay, we will all stop fighting, but one more thing. You have to tell your companion it's time to show himself, because no one had been able to track him down, despite even Mallow spending quite a bit of time trying to seek him out during the fight. He seemed to have quickly found a way to communicate with this companion, and the companion agreed. And with that, invisibility seemed to dissipate from this character, as you heard the ringing of a classic line from an old companion. Hey, you guys! Floating 10 feet above you in the air. With that, that is where we will find ourselves coming back in.
So, first, are you done?
Actually, it might have
first?
been the darkness that dropped, not the invisibility. I might have mixed those two details up, but yes, besides that, I'm done.
I have to ask, because I was thinking about it for a little while afterwards.
Mhm.
And mind you, again, I'm making assumptions because I don't know what actually is
Right.
going on.
Absolutely.
How the fuck is he flying
Mhm.
and invisible?
The invisibility was due to a potion. The flight is due to a class skill.
Aha. Okay. That'll do it. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah. No, we tried to be pretty salient on what was available, and everything was by the book as far as we were able to. So
So I was like, both those spells are concentration spells.
they would
So-
normally be. Yes, sir. That is absolutely correct. But no,
But potions will do it. Potions will do it.
Ravenous was actually, it was sad that we lost him, but he was a very incredible support character, as you guys can kind of now see.
Lost
might
him.
not have-
He's still alive.
Yeah, well, lost to the party, you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
So it was a fun way to bring him back into the fold, at least for now. We'll see what happens with him, but you can kind of see where he has, where he would have been if he'd been able to stay with the party, and that is all legitimate to what his character sheet would have had with you guys, except for the potion. But
See, what people often don't realize is that marshals can get on even ground with casters easily enough with the help of items.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking like, oh, you need this magic weapon or whatever. Get a potion, get a
Mhm.
scroll.
Yeah.
That's available to anyone, and you
Mhm.
can do such crazy things, as
Absolutely.
a marshal especially.
well, and I will tell you, I'm not sure. It really depends on events that go forth, and I don't want to give too much away because it depends on party choices and all that. But I think I was telling Fred about it. There is a concept I'm playing with that might allow players, whether it's in this campaign or it's something I do in the future, to like craft potions with animal parts. Because you have players like Mallow who like to kind of take trophies and stuff.
Mhm.
Or if you have someone like Blake played a blood hunter during the one shot we did,
Mhm.
I feel like the concept of allowing them to utilize the monster, parts if they have the right backgrounds and traits would be a cool thing. So I'm gonna play with that idea at some point.
Yeah.
So regardless, yeah, that's where we do come in. Currently, Ravenous is still floating in the air, looking down upon all of you. We are still technically in combat time, because I know Mallow's last intention was still kind of fighty, so we'll see if he still wants to continue that out. That's totally fine. We do have 2 initiatives, which is good. I think the order, if I remember correctly, was Mallow, Leif, Mace, Kara anyway, right? Or was it Kara, Mace? Kara, Mace, I believe. I gotta write it down again, because apparently I
We can
misplaced it.
reroll initiative. If you
Yeah,
like.
if that's fine with you, because the 2 of them already did, so we'll just use them. 22 and 21 are pretty damn good. Oh, I know why. Because
Ew.
probably on this
Get it out of the way now.
That's
Yeah.
probably fair though. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like I said already, I'm practically just a sheet of aluminum crumpled up at this point in time. So
Yeah, really, it's okay. I will tell you, Kara is currently or was currently in the middle of doing an action to try and rouse you, since
Yeah, I
Xinglong told her
recall.
to. So that will be like happening on the first turn. So it's not like you're just going to be unconscious for the first bit. But okay, yep. So with that, I gotta pull Kara's sheet up. That's the one thing I knew I was forgetting something. And I'm looking for it, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Make that a little bigger.
Was Ravenous flying and invisible at the same time? Not even how is Ravenous alive? Where's Ravenous been?
Well, we didn't
Nobody
know if
cares
he
about
died.
that
As
stuff.
characters, we
Did
had no
Ravenous
idea.
actually almost sleep with that barmaid?
Yeah, did Ravenous sleep with the chick? Like,
Oh god, it's a little.
clearly
Well,
he's
isn't
still
his dick
dead.
like barbed?
Maybe I don't know. That's not a me question to answer, I guess.
Where's the giant pot of soup?
Yeah, where are the tadpoles?
Yeah, where's the cauldron of plenty? None of
Actually, that was funny because Chris did say that if no one asks about it, he would probably have Kara bring it up just to find out what the fuck happened to it.
Where's all the soup?
What happened underwater that day? Did you really only find 200 gold?
Yes.
Where's the
yes.
rest of the gold that you promised us?
Oh god. The only one
I
that
thought-
technically ever was promised gold by Ravenous was Leif, and he actually did get paid. To be fair,
I did get paid for my
you just
fire.
weren't ever sure if that was actually truly half.
Still not sure, you know? How would I, how would I know?
Yeah, exactly. Insight check. I think you tried at the point too, but it just didn't work.
Yeah. Thought we were pirate buddies.
You were pirate buddies. You did swimmies and you were on a boat. It was great. Oh,
It was
God.
it was a pretty unstoppable duo on the sea, I will be honest.
I'm just imagining Leif with one of like the like swim vest things on, like Orion wears. So
Oh, like the land
little
arm
floaty thing.
floaties and shit.
Yeah.
In my mind, I remember it as Leif going, "I just need something seaworthy," and Round being like, "I'm seaworthy. I can paddle you. Oh no, I mean I can swim. Okay, we need a boat
Just has a
first."
surfboard.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can breathe water.
It's like David Hasselhoff in that SpongeBob movie.
Oh, God. Exactly. Yes. It's
I-
just like fucking butterflying. Absolutely. All right. Regardless, we should probably get to the point of going back into that fight. So Mallow,
All
you
right.
are up first. What is it that
Hey,
you
you
intend to do?
guys.
I'm just gonna fucking stand here and stare at the dragon and dip shit up there, and
All right,
just
so are
wait
you
to
like
see
crossing
whatever.
your eyes in two different directions right now?
Yep. I have a magic. No, I'm just standing there. I kind of have my staff next to me. Or no. I have it broken into two pieces or whatever.
Okay.
However, yeah, that's exactly the gif. I was thinking about that.
Mhm.
I am waiting to see what everybody else wants to do.
Alrighty. So do you want to actually hold an action, or are you just gonna wait?
Um,
This is a better one, actually.
There you go.
oh my god.
That's how my girl thinks I swim.
Beautiful.
I'm
Like-
gonna hold an attack in case he tries anything.
He being specifically Xinglong, he being specifically Ravenous, or just either?
Xinglong.
Okay, that's fine.
Honestly, you've spotted the caster. You should beat the shit out of him.
I'm okay.
I
in
mean,
all
it depends
honesty-
on. Here's the question. The question is, do you want to keep fighting or not? That's I think ultimately where it comes down to. But yeah.
Well, the thing is when Chris and I talked, Chris was like, well, pardon me. When Mallow and Kara talked, it was murder the fucking dragon, and then Chris and I talked, and he's like, well, I mean,
To be fair, the last thing I remember, maybe it was you guys talking out of session, but the last thing that happened, I think, at the end of last session was Leif asked if he should let you fight if you wanted to, and Kara just said, "You know what? Let him do what he wants. She's gonna kind of turn a blind eye if Mallow tends to fight, but I don't think she's gonna help you if you get fought back."
yeah, that's why. Because the initial thought was I thought that she was gonna fight with me, so that's why I was
I
kind of
don't,
like, cool.
I don't
and
know
then,
that she would necessarily help you.
yeah,
but
and then
by
that's
that
why I'm
statement.
like, I'm not gonna be able to take him down on my own.
yeah, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it was character to character is asking that, so Mallow would have heard that. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait if he tries anything, just because fucking Mallow does not trust this dude.
that's fine. No, totally fine. And that's a good way to use the held action. That's totally good. All right, so in that case, we'll move to Leif.
I have no fighting stuff to do. I'm kind of good. It seems like we're all just kind of waiting to see what's going to go on here with this flower. I'm not trying to attack anybody or anything.
Okay, absolutely.
Mallow is gonna look up at fucking Ravenous and just be like, so where the fuck have you been?
Okay.
I've been with my new best friend, Dragon Kai. Or at least
Great.
that's what he lets me call him.
It is
as I Because-
spoke to you before. Xinglong Kai, my name contains the fact that I am a dragon, so it is fine for him.
Great. Well, just so that you know, I wouldn't trust him because he did ditch us out of the blue. So, just forewarning.
Out
After you beat my face in to a table,
Did I?
Yes.
Did Mello do this? I don't remember.
You did multiple
Like a
things
month
to him
ago.
that would have definitely
Okay.
not only fit that, but also even beyond.
You killed my father and cursed my bloodline. Like,
Also, your dad sucks.
we come to find out that Mallow like secretly killed his whole family.
Oh, God.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Like he's the reason that Ravenous is in the situation why he's like.
he's the reason that
achieving all
Ravenous
shit.
is mute.
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, there it
Yeah.
is.
Oh my god. That's all.
Yeah, so I definitely do say, you are the one that slammed my head into a table and then I left after that.
Well, two things. Number one, I probably had a fair reason. Probably not at the same time. Also, things have changed, and I kind of point to my mask that is now not the original one.
Oh, that's right. You did get a new mask.
Well, your fashion sense is different, so what about it?
Yeah, you're right.
Is this more helpful mask?
I'm no longer tracked by my father. We found that the mask allowed him to find my whereabouts.
Do you think that's gonna make him look for you?
It's gonna make me harder to find, at least, whether he looks for me or not.
At this point, Mace, you can awaken. You will basically be at the HP. I think Kara gave you 7 on top of the one you had, so you're like at 8. And
Yeah, probably.
you wake up totally fine. Otherwise, besides having a pretty seething headache.
Do you have an idea how long it's going to take me to buffer all this out?
Xinglong kind of glances down at you. Well, I guess I could help.
Don't touch
Gives
me.
me the flower. He's just like, I don't know what to do for you, man.
Sorry.
So he gets up, pats some snow off of himself. It's like, so, mind you, we're not in darkness anymore, right?
No, there's no more spells currently enveloping anybody.
Okay. That said, though, he will look around, probably spot Ravenous.
If anything, he might be the first thing you see, because like Kara's kind of on the ground, she's got your head on her lap as she's at this point tapping your
First
cheek,
off,
trying to
titties.
rouse you. No. At this point, she's got him pulled into like a kind of half recovery position sort of thing. So you're somewhat on your back, and you like roll over, and you go to sit up, and Ravenous is still floating 10 feet in the air. So like literally the first thing that would enter your sightline as you're sitting up is just him floating, and then you'd look down at the group, and you just look back up at him, and you're like, "There's Ravenous."
I'll be right back. I'll still be able to hear you.
Absolutely.
No worries. So he will sort of like raise his head, see Ravenous, kind of stare for like half a moment, and be like, "Nope," and he will just lump again.
He's just gonna lie back down.
Yeah.
All of you just hear a Windows shutdown noise.
Mace,
Yeah,
Mace is just like, I died. We all died. And Ravenous is back.
Wonderful. We've gone to hell with Ravenous. No. Oh God. Oh, that's great. Kara, seeing you do that, is immediately gonna like start slapping your cheek. Did I lose him? No. Mace, come on, I had you. Come back up. Let's go.
Like, I don't see his soul rising up to the heavens.
I haven't claimed your ass yet. Get up, Mace. She's slapping you around.
Like, 5 more minutes.
Okay, he spoke. You know what? At that point, she just drops you into the snow.
But yeah, he would after a moment just get up entirely and say, so anyone care to explain to me what the fuck is going on here?
I take it you were also part of the group when my friend left you? Judging by
So
your
your
bewilderment.
friends, at
Yes.
least that's something.
Absolutely. He helped me. Well, actually, I should say more so helped the town. I was simply his associate in doing so. But during our travels, we grew close.
So, are you a dragon-born or a full dragon? Are you like somewhere in between?
It is a very interesting question. My notions of this realm, as far as I can tell, I am, yes, similar to the Dragonborn. That one Trovis, back in town. He seems akin. However, as you have seen, and as I am more than willing to go back to once we leave the flower, I have also more of a human form. I can explain more if you would perhaps wish to camp with us for the night and talk peace, instead of staying at arms. And as he says this, he more looks down towards Mallow and the echo that's to his left.
It's fine. I think we've all proves each other's points, let's at least take the time to rest that we need.
Yeah, especially you. It is rough for most the first time they experience key blockage. And I would say that, you're definitely fine in terms of spell slots and stuff, but as a magic caster, as he says this, you just kind of notice that the mana in your body feels kind of off. You'd still be able to use it perfectly fine, but you can tell by the way he's talking, and the way that you feel, very clearly he seems to have done something that, it knocked you into that particular state you were in, more so than a traditional unconsciousness.
I've heard of the concept before, I just didn't think it'd be so blunt.
He kind of, if anything, you see him grin, sort of, like a half grin, that side of his mouth that's towards you. He's just, my powers often prove unfortunate for those of your realm to face. They're different from what many have experienced. Regardless...
You're saying it's more pleasant in your realm?
No, we're simply more used to it. Regardless, if you all wish to move towards the fire, we can move in step even. We can perhaps settle, instead of keeping at pace.
I'll look at the other two, well, 3, technically.
Yeah, Kara at this point was kind of be like standing next to you. I'm on the wrong screen. So yeah, she's within your line of sight, and she just kind of nods. If anything, she's offering a shoulder to make sure that you can walk fine over to the fire.
I mean, I'll accept the offer, but yeah, if we are accepting, which I assume we are, then yeah, sure.
Alright, so that's 2 of you. Mallow, you okay with moving towards the fire, settling down?
Yeah, I'll go with them. I'm just gonna keep an eye on him.
Absolutely. And Leif, you good with that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he will just kind of look towards your echo and... Is this one coming as well?
I'm just gonna...
Oh, sorry. The echo was actually the one with the dot. I had done that to remind us, but it's okay. We will just do this, and then you're fine.
I just poke him with the lantern with my staff, and he disappears. He's good.
That's right. Ravenous would absolutely
got him.
understand
He
how it
would not,
works. Yeah. But no, he dissipates, and at that point, Xinglong would just take and probably walk up in this direction next to Ravenous, and look at him. Kind of gives you the eye of, do you want to come down or fly over to the fire?
I'll come down.
Yeah, okay. So Ravenous
I'll
flies
walk.
the 10 feet down, and he just starts walking with Dragon Kai. Mace, I'm assuming he'll move with Kara, so I'll grab with her.
Yeah.
Mallow, is there anything that you're going to intend to do? I'll just grab all of you. Otherwise, he might still be no mic, so I'm just going to move everybody.
No,
for now.
I'm just keeping an eye on him while we're walking, and that's pretty much what Mallow's gonna do
Absolutely.
the whole time, just about.
Absolutely. As the Goliath
just
starts wandering over as well, Xinglong kind of looks over it. Oh, I didn't realize. Hello there. Are you
I do gotta go take the dog out really quick. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No problem. You're good. Kara just, yeah, he's with us. Don't worry about him. So your Goliath will have passage. The 2 of them kind of just end up settling in next to the fire. I should put them here. Leif, I'm going to put you over here. You can move yourself wherever you want. Mallow, same to him when he gets back. Kara will end up next to the dragon over here, as she just kind of spreads her wings, and he does the same for a second. Mace, I'm assuming you'll move with her.
Yeah.
Move the Goliath up to here. We'll put Mallow kind of angsty on the wall, a little bit back for now. With that, the Dragonborn will glow golden again. Let me find his other portrait.
Good timing.
Oh,
You
hey.
found who this?
Very
Oh,
good
it's Chris.
timing. Got back faster than I thought you would.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get back this soon either.
That's good. Welcome.
Welcome home.
You didn't miss
Thank you.
too much. Mace
Mallow tied you up.
no, yeah, if only. Yet again, right?
Yeah, and I was lucky
His
that your
funeral.
breasts and
No.
are swollen
I think
humble.
the only thing you missed that Sarah was involved in is you roused Mace. He sat up. The first thing he saw was Ravenous, assumed he was dead, and laid back down. And Kara went, "Well, hey, I didn't call your soul up to heaven yet," and slapped him around, got him back up. But regardless, yeah, you guys have come to...
I have questions about David Hasselhoff.
Oh, go ahead.
You shouldn't.
We were talking about when Ravenous and Leif were doing their swimming activities, and
Gotcha.
basically that was the concept
That
of how
Ravenous is seaworthy.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I guess since you're going to be here, Chris, let me close out of your character sheet. Yeah. So besides that joke bit, you guys have come to terms at this point. Xinglong offered to let you guys come over to his camp instead of continuing to fight, and instead just talk it out, peacefully. Now that it seems you guys have come to terms, that you guys could just, apparently you need something different from him. So that's kind of where we are. We're all around the fire. I think Harrison is just out walking his dog right now. So if you need Matlow for something, he'll be back in a minute. Did I miss anything, guys? Okay.
That's pretty accurate.
Okay. So with that, as you guys are all settling around the fire, and Xinglong, he actually kind of looks around and he realizes he forgot that his cloak is no longer near here. So he's just going to stand up and go grab that from over by the rock over here.
I follow him
That's
the
fine.
whole time.
Yeah. So he doesn't go too far, and he just does pick up the cloak and he looks over at you and raises an eyebrow, but otherwise he returns back to the fireside, and you can just kind of keep an eye on him as you move back. And with that, he just kind of looks at the fire, looks at any of you, and says, well, sorry, different voice on this version. Well, unless any of you have something to add, I'm going to ask that one or two of you will need to go and find some more to add, unless you wish the fire to die down. Did not exactly intend for this to be the peace treaty grounds it has become.
I'm assuming more wood for the fire is what you just said.
Basically.
Yeah.
So back on the dog sleds.
Kara will just get up and start looking for it, and take flight to look around for dead trees.
I will.
Hey,
I will,
Chris is here now.
I will
so-
pause
Didn't we
it.
bring?
Yeah, I will posit that maybe Leif and Mallow should check their inventories.
Yeah,
gonna say,
that's what I
have
was asking. I
my
didn't know if
stuff.
it was. I didn't know if it was on us or on the dog sleds.
I don't know where you guys decide to keep them.
I put it in my inventory.
All right.
I have it in my inventory as well. I just didn't know if these were big ass logs in our pockets.
Your bags. Yeah, you have backpacks.
Okay.
The Lord, Mallow just opens up his cloak and just starts pulling like
It's just dangling from
Like
between your legs.
10-inch diameter logs out from him.
And then
I think
will
technically
return.
Kara and Mace are the only ones who have bags of holding. So for you, it's just your prison pocket.
Yeah, I open my backpack and I'm like pulling a stick out and it's like all wrapped up in rope and shit and I'm trying to untangle the rope from around it.
Yeah, it's a nice split of log, and when he sees it, he thanks you, and you just kind of toss it into the fire that's existing there, and we're gonna take, and I need to make sure I click the right buttons. Improve this to this.
Kara will just arch her wings around and, put them over the fire to keep some of the heat down.
Perfect. So yeah, with that, when you throw it on, you see that the fire does take to the log, and it brightens up, and
Do
he
I need to
nods
put
and
my
thanks you.
cloak away with this amount of brightness?
Nope.
It's not sunlight, so you're
No.
good.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
sunlight. You're fine.
It specifies sunlight.
Okay, just making sure because we're okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. So it's a fine question to ask, but yes, that is correct. It does not.
The fun thing is, I don't think we as players are capable of producing sunlight, because even the spell that
Currently,
is
no.
named sunlight is not sunlight.
Daylight is, I think.
Daylight. Yeah, there is a spell that will do it because the cloak mentions the possibility. But regardless, yeah, it's not something that you have to worry about with the party currently. Besides that, though, so Xinglong will look across to you, Leif, and since you were the one who brought it up, he says, "So you mentioned that the flower is not what you need. I can take the bloom."
Yes, the nectar of it. We need only the plant to take back.
Interesting. Do you know what it is that the plant will be used for?
We believe it's got something to do with someone's loved one being healed? Question mark.
No, we know that it. Well, Kara knows it was to appease a deity,
Ah, that's the one.
or it was for someone who wanted to appease a deity.
Is she sharing that information though?
I thought it was common knowledge to the party, but if it's
It's
not,
Xinglong
then
asking
Kara.
though. That's why.
Ah, it is meant as an offering or a ritualistic component for a god.
Interesting. If that is the case, I believe I would most certainly be able to accommodate giving you the rest of the plant. In fact, if anything, I can probably package it up for you better than anyone in your group would. I take it by the smell of you all, none of you are alchemists. Although you, and he points at Mace, you reek strangely of metal.
I
More
have
so than
alchemist
just a
supplies.
smith. But
What was
when
that
was
last bit?
you reek strangely of metal. More so than just a smith normally would.
Looks at my hands, feet, armor.
I could not quite tell while striking you, but yes, you felt of it. You are, in fact, metal.
Kara's just snickering as she tends the fire.
Well, not many people actually can tell. But yes, you'd be right in making that assumption.
And how do you... Well, I guess that's not a fair question. I met a man made of rock at one point. Your movement, though, it does seem far more human. It's very interesting. Very
My
incredible.
I owe my constitution to the man I called my father, who unfortunately is no longer with us.
Yes, it is oft that we lose those most important to us. As long as we use it as a driving factor to make us better, though. That is what they all would wish for us, always.
Yes. Betterment is the only thing I can hope to achieve now.
He nods. And,
As I hold my hammer.
yeah, he nods. Agrees with you, seems. It's interesting. You say as you hold your hammer. You go to reach for Chance. He has not at your side currently.
It's gone?
He's just not at your side currently, yeah. You don't necessarily know where he is. You were unconscious for that period, so...
This is true. So he will, as he sort of reaches back and finds nothing, he will then look back at where the fight was, look at, around, sort of lose his cool entirely.
Interesting, okay. Yeah, so you don't see anything really too far outside of the range of the fire, considering you don't have dark vision. But you
Yeah.
can, of course, stand up and go check.
Yeah, he will 100% do that. Do not even apologize for leaving so suddenly. He will entirely drop the conversation and go back to look.
Okay,
He will
so
take out a torch if he's able to.
just do me a favor and move only to the end of your movement quickly.
Sure.
5, 10, 15... You were pretty close
yeah.
still. So as you
Yeah,
go
that's
towards
about
the end of your movement there, Xinglong, of course, scampers to his feet and watches you run off towards the flower. But he recognizes that, judging by how your face looked, I'm assuming he can see your face right now.
I think
he's
more by posture than by
right, but
facial
he could
expression.
tell for sure that you were panicked. So he's not necessarily moving after you immediately. And he looks down at you, Kara, and he asks, What did I miss? What happened? Did I ask something impolite?
Kara will turn around and look at Mace real quick and determine pretty quickly the hammer is not in his belt. He simply misplaced his weapon. It was a gift from his father.
Is hammer. Is that thing? And
What thing?
you, Kara, being kind of hearing that, would look at Xinglong and look over towards where his finger is pointing. And you would all see I didn't prep this per se, so I'm just going to draw a little thing. You would notice that strangely on the wall, there appears to be what looks like a strange hafted, six hafted hammer hanging on the wall, staring towards you all. And you say staring because there is a glittering gem that is turned towards you, looking like an eye glinting in the firelight.
So the
Kara is
handles are
just-
like eyelashes.
It looks almost like 6 thin handles that are gripping onto the wall. If anything,
Kara-
it looks more like spider legs, you would say, although they're much more tendril-like than they would be stiff and jointed.
Kara is gonna point to the hammer, and then slowly move her finger to Mace and just wait for it to respond.
It kind of does shift the glint over, and Mace, as long as you're still within 30, I believe you should be, you would hear chants in your head, simply asking you to come back. Although this time, you would notice a slightly distinct difference. Mace, what are you doing? Isn't the fire warmer?
I don't care about any of that. Where the hell are you? I mean, because this is all happening in my head. I have no idea where it's coming from.
I was coming back to the fire. You kind of dropped me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's not your fault. You were fighting a strong guy. Actually have a question for him.
Okay, hold on. Do you mean to tell me that you left of your own accord?
No, you dropped me. I was coming back.
Okay. Well, more to the question, how?
Kara will whistle in the background.
Yeah, so the party has only heard Mace just like screaming into the void, looking around, not sure where to focus. So Mace, you would look at Kara and you would definitely see her pointing
He's
a
just
finger.
gonna point up at the hammer.
So he will just like turn around, like follow her the line of her finger.
They use
Or,
minor
like-
illusion to create a bunch of arrows pointing at it, just like blinking and
Yeah,
neon lights.
it's
towards
exactly.
it.
It's like neon arrows, the like giant bold arrows. Actually, let me see if I can find a picture of this fast enough because it's the perfect thing. But
And he will kind of like stare for a moment and be like, "How hard did I drop?"
it's not about you dropping me. We can talk about it at the fire, right? Stay warmer, safer.
Okay. Do I, like, as he just sort of gets a little closer, do I like
He
pick you up or?
No, he scampers down off the side of the wall and just kind of waits for you over here.
Yeah, he will just get close and approach and grab him if he allows himself to.
So before you can grab Chance, he does scamper over to the other side, and he lays a little tendril on the kind of shocked but relatively not too stressed Xinglong Kai's leg. And you can tell that Xinglong kind of jumps back for a second, and he looks over at you. Do you mind translating for this little one? Clearly wants something, but I'm not exactly a fan at how people in this realm seem so free in each other's minds. And the hammer will at that point walk back over to you. And at this point, Chance, when he returns to your side, when you go to reach out to him, since I'm sure you will, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as you reach out to him, he reaches one of his tendrils up to you, and it just kind of fits in your hand, and it feels almost identical to how the haft always felt, just tinier, like 1/6 of it. And then slowly, I shouldn't say slowly, pretty quickly, the other 5 return up next to it, and they all just perfectly form back into the same haft that he had before. He looks exactly the same as he did.
Well, that's new.
If I could make a recommendation, don't hit with the jewel facing forward. I feel like that's a bad idea.
Shouldn't matter.
just see a
He
bunch
says
of-
that it's cool.
You just see giant question marks.
And to be
appear
fair,
over Milo's head.
to clarify that as well, technically it was tough to tell from the drawing, but Kara would have most certainly been able to see it, so I'm just going to try and do it this way. So normally the Warhammer, right, is kind of bodied, usually has like a spike on the back.
Yeah.
This is usually bigger, right? so ignore the middle line there. The haft is long enough that it's usually usable in one hand, but a second one can be put at the bottom for versatility. It is long enough. It's like not
Yes.
necessarily full longsword length, but they're pretty long warhammers. In
It's
this
a
instance, so the haft broke down into long legs, right, and they would split out into the tendrils. The gem was in the side of the hammer, and so his head was kind of turned so the gem was facing towards you. But
the
it's
hammerhead
not.
was
It's not
kind
on
of
the
like a
hammer
head.
head. Yeah, it's not. It's not that the gem's on the hammer head per se. It's more that it's just it was turned to specifically face you like an eye. You picked it up in the darkness very easily because of that sort of thing. But besides that, yeah, he's back to his normal form at this point. And Chance will ask you if you can ask the Dragon Man if he can try out a new move on him in the morning.
Well, who on who?
Me. You hit him with me. Because he seems really
Ah.
strong. It shouldn't hurt him too bad, and I need to try it.
Sorry, that was kind of the wrong one, but you get the
All
gist.
right. Well, as I turn to Dragon Man, I say, well, it seems that he wants to try a technique on you. A fighting move, if you will. Not now, of course. Probably tomorrow when we've rested. I don't imagine that even if I wanted to, I'd be able to harm you that badly. So, would you be all right to indulge this?
He grins at
Let her
you, and he simply nods
let her laugh.
quite fiercely as he sits back down at the fire and just,
Of course, it's no problem at all. There is no better way to grow than through testing moves with new sparring partners. Especially those from places that we've never been.
I don't know that I have enough background in that regard to agree or disagree, but I'll take your word for it.
No, he's not wrong. It's interesting to fight against different warriors from the plains.
and he
You
just
know-
nods.
I never really expected to know two outer planar entities. And I'm starting to believe that maybe it's not as uncommon as I might have otherwise thought.
Says a man made of metal.
But that's
Truly.
normal here.
Is it? I have not met one. And I have met another man who is part dragon.
Well, our Dragonborn are a little different to you, I think.
How so?
Well,
They didn't start as human.
That's probably fair.
they
How do
also,
they exist
I
then,
don't think they can
actually?
shapeshift the way you do.
My form
about-
is not exactly a true shape-shifting in terms of what I believe people of your realm talk of.
And as he says that, you would actually see that he kind of takes and he forms, he puts like a fist to a palm, and as he pulls the fist away, it glows golden, and that fist turns into dragon claws, or a dragon claw, I should say, much like what he was fighting with before,
I do the same thing.
but with minor illusion.
Because I can do that. It just
Yeah,
has
but
to
you
be
can
glow.
glow.
Yeah, it's not the same. You wouldn't glow the way that he's
I
glowing.
wouldn't
in this
glow, but I can
instance.
change my body to mimic.
Yeah,
to be...
your flesh would warble, and you would definitely form these scale-like things on your body. I don't think that they would necessarily shine the same way his do, in the sense that you create scales by hardening your skin to look
Yeah.
similar. But he actually has true dragon scales, essentially, so they glitter differently in the fire, sort of thing, right? But yeah,
I'll
you
do-
definitely emulate what he's doing.
Yeah, just to fuck with him.
Well, so he looks over at you, and he actually, as you do that, he scoffs, and he says,
Yes, well, when one can barely even fake their own appearance, it's not like I'm going to take offense to them faking dragon parts.
Well, at least now we know that dragons are.
Now you can see why I left him.
Quite, honestly. He seems kind of a pathetic man. Not only hiding behind a mask, but not even showing his own true face behind it.
I mean, the
I'll
man's still
understand
here. At least have the dignity of waiting until he leaves to badmouth him.
Because everybody's seen my real face.
Everybody has
All-
seen, yes, your true face, the
Yeah,
dripping one. But as far as I'm
yes.
aware, is that what you're currently displaying behind the mask? Because the last I
Yeah.
checked, you had it. It was in a, wasn't it a semi-handsome face because of one of the Goliaths in the village, or because of the girl in the village? I guess that's fair that you
Oh, it
probably
would-
would have changed it at this point
Oh,
on the
yeah, no,
dog
it-
sleds.
it-
I was just going off the assumption of when I last thought of the form that you were in. I assume when
You know,
Mallow
I-
changes, he just kind of hangs out in that form.
No, most of the way that I look at it, it's like I change for the reason that I change back.
Okay, totally fine. Just
So-
I had a different mentality on it. That's all.
Oh, I got you.
I'm just imagining he looks like David Hasselhoff right now.
Yeah, I'm David Hasselhoff.
So if he did,
I'm-
that's actually kind of what Xinglong is getting at, is hiding his true face like that. But if he's not currently doing that, then there's kind of semi-retcon
no.
in that statement. But
he's trying to be a dick. I get it.
well, he would also he could also claim the same about your arm's appearance, but one way or the other.
I mean, my body, my normal body is always resting with like the weird patchwork and all that stuff. Unless I'm actively changed, it's all just what.
No, I'm
is
aware.
normal.
What I'm trying to do is hint at something deeper for the players that might pick up on it. That's all.
Okay.
Regardless, he transforms his arm back and just basically tells you, my ability to become a dragon is far more physical, or far more inherent in nature than it is magical.
Yeah, wow.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, dogs are doing a thing. In my case, I stumbled across a ancient gold dragon source, that of a celestial dragon, while my body was broken. It tried to take over me, and, well, let's just say after a long drawn-out battle between us in our minds, we came to terms.
Are we talking about like oil mud wrestling, or like what are we talking about?
I would not have been physically capable. My body was entirely shattered, save for a single arm dragging me forward.
Gotcha. Well, that's
That
not
was
as
a
much
yard stare from Kara, looking into the fire.
Someone who has known the pain of their entire body being broken. Not fun, is it?
fun. Mallow just starts whistling.
He looks over at you, actually, Mallow, when you say that, and he's going to size you up for a second, and I'm going to do a little bit of an insight roll here. Okay. So he sizes you up, and he, seeing that you're kind of agreeing with Kara in the sense of, you lived a harsh life. And he nods, actually, and he says, yes, well, if only you could outgrow those physical pains. Regardless, we are all here now, and we will all share this campfire for the night, so I do not mind sharing this information with you. Do you mind in that regard if I ask, did this father of yours also make that creature? He points to your hammer.
Quite frankly, I'm not sure. I thought so, at least for the longest time. I think. My assumption is that he did. But, as you might imagine, there is more to him than the eye meets. More so than with me.
I would say to me, the both of you are about equal, but yes, it is definitely curious. Regardless, do you wish to take turns of watch tonight? It is not wholly necessary. And he'll actually look over at Ravenous and just... I know that we have been actually doing watch turns, but do you mind doing your thing for tonight?
I would enjoy watching over every one of you. Ending my sight at Mallow.
Slowly but surely going from one to the next to the next. Yeah, so he just, Xinglong nods and just... He has said that he would be more than willing to take watch tonight. My partner here has a very impressive skill that allows him to not require sleep.
I
Oh,
see.
I need to go check on the dogs.
Please do bring them towards the fire. I am fine with all animals.
And goes out here.
I myself don't necessarily require sleep per se, but I do require rest. How long have you been traveling together exactly?
Good question. This is why I'm glad I looked at my dates earlier. I just have to find when you two met. Fred, do you remember which day it was? I have it. I just need to find it.
15th? 16th.
Was it the 16th day? Okay, that sounds about right, because you left on the 13th, and it was a couple days after that. So if they
Yeah,
met on the
15th day,
16th
somebody came
day,
looking
they
to go
have been
north.
traveling 14 days together. Is that right? I'm doing my math right?
Sure. That's if it's
No,
day
I'm doing my
30
math
something.
completely wrong, because I'm looking at the wrong fucking number. I should probably highlight this one in yellow so it's the right, no, it's the right one. We're at day 32. Yeah, so that's a full perfect 16, actually. They've been traveling together for 16 days.
Very long then, and yet you speak quite highly of him.
Did you not enjoy his presence? Because I have found him to be quite
I'd say
amenable.
that our relationship was shallow.
I guess that is why it was so easy for him to walk away from you all, considering I've noticed many in these lands are oft to live together, strive towards working towards the common goal. As
It
it
depends
is
on who you
harsh.
ask. Survival is the name of the game in this region, and
Correct. Agreed.
well, most people require others to survive.
He's just nodding.
That's not, however, the case for all of them. I must, however, ask. You seem like a very capable man yourself. You certainly don't need protection, and you know where you're going and what you're looking for. And he himself is a stranger to these lands. So, why did you start traveling together?
At first, it was simply a common interest. You see, we were in the same town, and I sought a journey north here to these lands to search for this flower. He, at the same time, was asked to perform a task that would bring him to the north. Us going together simply was for a purpose. It was in our travels that we grew to be friends. I guess much like what it sounds like you are saying to a degree.
I suppose, but most of those bonds usually sprout out of necessity, not convenience.
We are both good people. My life has changed since my death.
You died.
Almost.
Well, almost doesn't count.
How does almost not count if a change takes place?
Well, do you need death for a change?
No. But
Hence my point.
it does make you come to conclusions quicker.
It is with these sorts of opinions that I oft agree with him, for I too was on the verge of death when it came down to the question of do I actually wish to continue living. That was what saw me through the battle in my mind with the dragon. So I do agree with him. It can recontextualize in a way nothing else can.
Perhaps. I've fought and been defeated a handful of times. I've gone close to what most people would call death, but I never found it to be so changing.
Let me ask this then. In all of those instances, at the last moment before blackness covered your eyes, if you had looked around you, would you have seen a single friendly face? someone nearby to not only see your pain, but perhaps grieve it and assist you through it, whether it be fatal or not.
Sure.
I
Couple
did
of
not,
times.
and neither did my companion. That is off the difference.
So you're here to make sure that when the time does come, you do?
I am here to make sure that, as a person who stood by my wife's side when the darkness covered her eyes, the comfort she felt with me at her side will be there when she opens those eyes once more.
I see.
I am here
And
to
what
try
are
and
you
make
hoping
sure.
for? As I look at Ravenous.
What was that? What am I hoping for?
Yes.
I have a debt to pay, and I still have my own quest to complete for my family.
Let us only hope that your motivations are enough to see you through your journey.
Same to you, friend. It is not with simple goals that one wanders their way this far out into the Icewind Dale. That is something that has become more than evident to me in my time in these lands.
While true, you would be surprised.
Why do I feel like you're looking over at Leif right now?
I don't think so. See, like, while Leif might not necessarily have a, let's call it a drive per se, to accomplish a specific goal, he is very genuine in that he wants to move in any one direction that he needs to.
It's just, usually it's north, now west. No, wait, now go east again.
Yeah.
East one more time.
See, like, it's not that
South,
Leif doesn't
north.
want to do something or doesn't feel compelled to follow through something. It's more that he doesn't know what he needs to do.
Yeah, don't slap it in
But
the
the
face.
moment he does, oh, you see him like going full on, like full steam
Balls.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, balls to the wall.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
first one with his
I don't know
pants
what
down.
I'm doing, but I'm doing it hard. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, good for him. Okay. But yeah, so if you're not staring at Leif, then you're just staring off into the fire, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we've met our fair share of people who arguably could be said have shallow convictions in their own beliefs. So, you know, I would just be having that in mind at that moment, not really having specific people to sort of call out.
Let me see. So, Xinglong would notice that you are tending to yourself, Kara. And despite the conversation, he kind of looks past your shoulder, Mace. You know, so you see his glance, you know what's happening. And he would actually wave a hand and just offer up. Well, actually, so first thing you would see is as he kind of flips his palm. So you know, the back of his hand is up first, and then he flips his hand over. Suddenly appearing in it, like in a way you guys can't see, it just suddenly is there. Is this little case. It looks almost like a makeup case. You know, not that Kara would necessarily recognize that, but almost any of you would have seen him in the markets, right? So he unscrews the top, and inside is a pretty gelatinous substance, very green, like a deep green hue, and immediately the smell of mint and other herbs fills the area. And he kind of reaches over towards you with it and offers it up and just says, I'm assuming rest is what's going to do best for wounds like those, but this will most certainly assist with any pain.
Thank you.
It is no problem. I would be remiss to have left any scarring behind on a beautiful woman's skin.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about scarring. Most of it goes away.
Then you are lucky, and the man you end up with, equally as much so.
Well, it's something to consider, I guess. I don't want to have to bury all of them. I outlive everyone.
What? You are long-lived.
Yeah.
Technically anyone can be, yes, if they support themselves with ki. Is that not normal here?
No. Not quite. I guess depending on the race, some can be longer lived than others, but I outlive the longest of them, I think.
Have you drank the dew of an immortal herb?
No, I was in the service of a deity. I kind of gave up divinity to come down here.
He blinks a couple times and just... If your divinity has been given up, then you know not the length of your lifespan, correct?
Well, I mean, I can't die. I know that much.
You seemed very fleshy and killable to me. Not, no
Uh.
offense.
Well, let's just say death doesn't stick.
Interesting
I'm back.
prospect.
I'm sorry.
You're good. A skill I most certainly would like to have learned, if possible.
Just eyes narrow. No.
Alrighty then. Jeez.
You
No, you
really
don't.
don't.
Someone has been through a lot.
11 times. You just look at him 11 times.
The things I've seen.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
The death or the 11 times of it?
No, they've only seen 11.
Oh god. Frightening.
Oh.
Yes, no, my brush with it once was more than enough. Although I will say, it has come close several other times, but nothing quite as much as that.
As Kara puts the armor back on after putting that salve on it, she'll fish through her bag and pull out the elixir from earlier.
Yeah, so you would notice, not that Kara understands this, but, just frame of reference as a player, very quickly it basically starts acting like icy hot.
Okay.
Or Bengay, whichever you want to
Whichever
choose.
one.
Yeah.
And she'll pull the elixir out and toss it to Xinglong.
The poison one?
No, the elixir of life.
That's what I mean, yeah, the one that would heal her, technically.
Yeah.
He
The
would,
potion of vitality.
okay, so he would catch it, and just, are you sure?
Doesn't hurt to have a backup if the first one doesn't work.
Interesting prospect. He's going to uncork it for a second. Let me do a roll. I can't do it with that. We'll do it this way. He's just going to sit there kind of smelling it. He does take a little taste at one point, swirls it around in the bottle, or in the vial. You're sure I can have this?
Yeah.
He nods. At this point, he watches, he stands up, and he actually takes, and he walks, I'm on the wrong screen, over here. And he just kind of gives himself a little distance from the party, sits himself back down. He looks over at you, and he says, I agree with you. It'll be good to have a backup, but I refuse to take something from you so valuable. So instead, I will make more. And as he says this, he turns over his hand again. And this little pot kind of comes into existence in front of him, and it just seems to float in the air for a moment. It's very ornate. Looks, probably easier for me to just find something that looks close on Google.
Would I be able to watch him to try to gain a better understanding of this? Because I
Sure,
want to start
absolutely.
actually using like my alchemist supplies.
You absolutely could. I will tell you, you probably won't learn too much from this instance, but you're picking up on the fact that this is a character you can potentially learn more about alchemy from in the future. So,
Or maybe you just learn efficiency techniques. You can't replicate what he's doing, but you
something
get how he's doing it.
Yeah, something similar. So, alchemy pots kind of look something like this. Copy. It's like this, but it's much more ornate, lavish painting. You would notice like gold kind of accents. But he very quickly kind of takes and breathes a spark of fire. It still comes out of his mouth, much like when he was dragonborned up. And it enters that little hole on the side and just stays in the pot. It starts glowing and heating the pot up. And very quickly it starts to kind of shake around in the air a little. And the top, like the lid, is kind of bubbling off the top, almost as if there's something boiling in it. And then he takes and flips his hand over again. And an assortment of herbs just appears in that hand. And one by one, he seems to just kind of flick them forward with his wrist, and they float forward into this alchemy pot. And as each one goes in, he seems to very clearly seem to be timing them to the best of your knowledge, because you see he puts one in, he sits and waits for a second, puts another in, waits a different set of time. Another one goes in, and after repeating this a couple times, he lets the pot sit for a second. And then he takes your potion, and he takes the cork out of it again. And he kind of puts it in the snow next to him, and he takes and reaches over and he opens up the lid,
and he just upends the entire contents of the potion vial into this pot. And then he just sits there for a moment after he closes the lid again, puts the vial back down, recorks it, focuses on the pot very intently. And you would see that, he kind of returns his hands to his lap, folds his hands together, puts his fingers together, and he just stares at it intently. And these beads of sweat start to kind of appear on his forehead after a little bit of time. A minute passes, then 2. Steam starts to rise, then a white smoke. And then just when you start to think that smoke is turning to like a gray-black, like something might be burned, and a small acrid scent is filling the air, he immediately breathes out another cold breath, a spark of cold breath into this pot, and it immediately chills. And he reaches his hand and he slaps the side of the pot, and it turns over, that hole turning towards his other hand, and out roll 3 pills. And he looks over at you with a grin on his face. I have succeeded. Would you like 1 or 2 in return for your generosity?
I gave it to you. It is yours to do with as you wish.
He nods. He takes and flips his other hand, and a little white vial, much like what you guys saw initially when he took his potion, comes out. He puts 2 pills in. And he flips his hand and it goes away. And he flips his hand one more time, and the vial comes out. And he puts the last pill in it. Flips his hand, and the vial, the pot goes away. And then he takes and he looks at the alchemist's pot, and he flips his wrist, and it goes away as well. And he just kind of looks back over at you, approaches, sits back down at the fire, and he just asks you, hold out your hands.
Okay. And Kara will acknowledge.
He flips his hand towards yours, and just as suddenly as when he does it himself, a small white pot appears in your hands, and you are receiving a potion of vitality back. However, until you uncork that and look at the pills inside, you won't know how many.
Okay.
It's your choice to hold on to it as you please. Let me add to his inventory another potion of vitality. Not another, but for your generosity, by the way, he did have a chance to fail that roll. I was looking for over a 20. He rolled a 26, so it was no problem. But did I get it? Yep. So with that, yeah. So he's returned that to you, and he nods and thanks you.
Mhm.
But he says, but he says, of course I will still await the flower. It is my best shot, and I will utilize it as such.
Nodding, understanding.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But like Kara had signified, doesn't hurt to have a backup.
Absolutely. All right. So with that, is there anything anyone else wants to particularly ask any characters?
I want to ask him if he can teach me alchemy.
Okay. I will
Sorry,
wait.
I'm putting kids to sleep.
You're good. Go right ahead. I will wait for you to come back and we will
Yeah.
broach that topic. That's no
The
problem.
screaming is definitely going to help.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, dragon guy!
That was really cool. I want to do that.
That was really cool with the
Actually,
pot, the
hey Harrison,
potion,
do this.
and
Exactly what you're
everything.
doing. Just do that, but go. I want that.
I want that!
There it is.
Oh my god.
Oh, perfect.
Like, weird magic stuff you're doing with the pot!
Oh,
the mountain's
God.
just like on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got up here! Is there a way down, guys?
Yeah, jump.
Oh god, yes,
my God.
jump.
Flies
You can
through the
fly.
air and jump swords and then slow falls to the ground. Alright, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot you can slow fall now.
Yeah, he technically can. That is true. I actually forgot that too.
Did I miss a level up somewhere?
No, I think Slowfall is from earlier. He was
Yeah,
using
last
it with
level,
Incense
I thought.
earlier. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
had
did.
it last level.
Kara would look over to Ravnus and I hope your trip is going well.
Better now.
And she will nod. If that's all, then I'm gonna get some rest.
Have you been to East Haven? Did they survive the dragon?
They took a lot of damage, but most of the town has remained.
Imdra still alive?
So far, the inn is still there if you're ever interested in going back.
I have a very good inn. The Northern Light Inn is most likely my favorite.
The one with the sisters.
With the lantern that has been returned.
Ah,
Is Ravenous looking smug right now? Because I feel like he might be looking a little smug.
Nah.
Nah, not quite. That's fine.
Alright, well, with that, Kara will say goodnight for the evening, and she will go with the dogs.
Okay.
I would like to have my conversation about learning alchemy from him.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kara's just gonna, go bed down essentially. So if you, I just don't know, are you gonna actually yell to him from 15 feet away, or are you gonna approach more?
No, I'm gonna, sit across the fire where I'm at, pretty much a little bit closer, and just be like, hey, I pull out my Goth are Us, pot as well, and I'm just like, hey, would you be able to teach me more about it? I have a very basic understanding that I was taught, but I would be very interested in learning more.
He kind of looks at your supplies, and he looks back at you. You most certainly have the materials, but I'll be honest. I'm A, not sure I've been ingratiated to you in a way that is necessary for me to teach you. And B, I'm not sure if my skills are even something people of your land can learn. So between the two, here is the test I will give you. If you can start a fire in that pot using your key, I believe I would be able to assist you.
I just look at him and just go, okay.
All right.
And I would like to just sit in a meditative stance with a pot in my legs and start focusing my key
All right.
into the pot.
We will do rolls for that in a minute. That'll be before your long rest. We'll do the rolls. That's kind of like going to be your goal for the night before you sleep, sort of thing.
I do ask him, do I need to have fuel for the fire, or is my key going to be the fire? Does there need to be wood in here?
Did you see me place anything into my furnace?
This is to GM. I did not pay attention to what
He
you
did
said
not,
because I
no.
was dealing with child.
That's fine.
Okay. Then I just look at him and just go, understood.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we will do rolls with Mallow in a sec. Anyone want to do anything else? Just so I can queue it up.
Did anyone ask Ravnus what his quest was up here?
Nope.
Nope.
Well then.
Again, nobody cares about Rasmus.
Well, it's more
To
so.
be fair, I did ask how
Heretic.
your job was going, and
Yeah.
you said, well, and you didn't want to elaborate, so I didn't question.
Yeah, as long as he's good, Kara's good. It seems like.
It's also, I guess, Mace as a character, for me at least, does not really expect him to rejoin us, because he seems to be
that's
doing
fine.
really good.
That's totally fine. It was more just, people didn't know that until they asked, sort of thing. So I think that was kind of his point. Was just,
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if
Yeah.
he doesn't seem interested, I'm not gonna get involved.
Fair enough. I think that's totally fair.
Well, I just want to ask. I just want to be like, Ravnus, what is it exactly that has brought you to the north?
As I am on a mission to find my family signet. I cannot lead my people until I have gained it in my possession.
Is it valuable?
Is it what?
Valuable.
To my family? Probably not to anyone else.
Well, I struggle to find the connection then. How would you not be able to feed your people?
Lead, he said.
Oh,
Lead.
for lead. Okay.
Yeah. He so to clarify his intent, like his statement intent there was basically he needs the signet ring to take over the family. I don't know if you were picking
So
up on
you
that.
are a royal? Question mark.
I am not currently royal because I do not have the signet.
How did you lose it?
It's a quest for each generation.
Did they just send them off into the world and you're supposed to find them?
One could say that. Also, are you wearing your mask?
No,
No,
I
if
think
you-
at this
oh,
point,
okay.
the dragons figured out that I'm a metal man, so
Okay.
no point in really hiding it.
Yeah, because otherwise you would be able to see his lips.
'Cause I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. I don't know.
What an odd family
All
tradition.
I know is that this is what I have to do.
Yeah. Okay, well, must mean a lot to you, considering that you're certainly not from around here, and I don't think you're getting back anytime soon, even if you get it.
Why am I not getting back anytime soon?
Well, the 10 towns are kind of locked away from the world, in a way, with the gigantic blizzard that covers the entire area. You might have noticed it coming in.
Is that what's happening?
Yes. It's kind of the main reason why we want our world gone.
Ah. At that time, I was not concerned about matters like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't sound like you are now.
I did not know that this was a blight. I'm not from here. I thought this world was like this all the time.
I understand that. I just mean that
You just hear
It's-
from Kara in the distance. Nope, Rogue God fucking it up. Need to get rid of her.
Do you understand now why I don't give credence to gods? It's just, oh, they misbehaved. I guess now we have to deal with them. That's
You
a
don't
child on a
You don't
power.
have to believe in religion to respect their capability.
Respect might be
You just hear
Harsh
in the
word.
you just hear echo in the back of your mind.
All you're doing is describing Mallow.
is Mallow a god?
Who's mind?
Mace, sorry.
He doesn't
Are
need
you
to
saying
be.
Mallow's
My
a god?
point is, they're no different. Someone who
Well-
has power and goes on a power trip, I'm just starting to see them all as the same.
That's what I'm saying. But no one's listening.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference in acknowledging their capabilities. That's the part I'm more trying to get
Oh, I
at.
don't doubt that Oral could flash freeze me if she wanted to.
So does Mace say all of this out loud?
Yes,
May-
I am
yes.
Okay,
absolutely
so we
speaking
hear
out
half
loud.
this conversation.
Yeah, only half of it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, if the hammer at this point sees anyone quizzically looking at it, curious if Mace is talking to it, it would like break off a tendril and reach it up if you want to talk.
Like gesticulate with the tendril.
It forms a hand and then develops the middle finger, pans it around, and goes back to talking.
But yeah, I understand that they're strong and powerful. I just don't think they deserve reverence.
Reverence, fear. A lot of people think they're the same. One way or another.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Either way, as I turn to the rest of the group, like
Yeah.
fully brushing off the idea that I've been talking to myself. Kind
Yeah,
of.
exactly. Everyone's just
So I'm gonna make a comment to that, and I'm gonna say anybody that has power can do bad things. Yes, gods will cover more people with their power, but
Which is
still,
why
people
title-
can do bad things.
is unbefitting of them.
A god doesn't mean you have to be good or bad.
It's just a title, like wizard. I agree with him.
Yes, well. I imagine that at least a god would have, I don't know, code of sorts.
Some of them do.
But-
We've been chatting.
I've
Uh,
turned a
hold
new
on.
leaf.
Hold that card. You what?
You heard me. I know it's not what you're interested in, but figured I'd start asking questions for myself. Got me these cool eggs.
He starts like unfurling the tendrils.
Oh god. Okay. Who are these people you've been to?
I don't know. I can ask their names next time.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, no.
I reached out, they answered. I had
Oh.
questions, they answered.
I respect your independence, and it's nice that you can move on your own now too. If I could cry, I would probably do so.
Had a fear or what?
Uh.
Because I think the rest of the party was a little creeped out.
Oh, don't mind them. They just, they haven't seen things like us before. People like us before.
An eldritch monster warhammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to
Like
point out that
Mallow
Kara's
might do
gaze
something like
was
that.
confusion, not fear.
I'm just saying, lots of different things and people out there. Bad influences happen. Just be careful.
I'm trying. I haven't grown a third one yet.
He's like, points to the gem on his head.
I was going to ask about that. Is that like I don't know, like a fashion statement?
You'll see.
Okay. Normally I don't like surprises, but
Did I say
I'll
the color,
take
by
it
the
from
way?
you.
Because I should mention it's a deep red gem.
oh no, you didn't say the color, but good to know.
Kind of like a crimson
Like
or
a
merlot.
wine.
Yeah, crimson or merlot. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll await with bated breath. Wait, I don't breathe either.
I know what you mean.
Await with bated glow.
I'll hold my oil.
Yes. At any rate, as I turn to the rest of the group, yes, that is currently state of the Icewind. So, if you do try to leave, go back to your family without us having dealt with that little loose ends, you might, well, either get lost and die in the process, or just die in the process. You could get lucky and escape, but the chances of that, unless you're a Goliath of a particular tribe, are slim.
There's a Goliath that just looks over and waves. Like, I guess.
I'm gonna look at Xinglong,
Mhm.
and then I'd say, Xinglong is going to leave here.
Is he using a portal, or is he getting raptured in some way? Because
Well,
if he's doing it by foot,
to get to the portal, I will walk. It's the same way that we got here. It took a bit of time, but blizzards are really of no import as long as we stay warm enough. It's not an issue for me to see through them.
I see. Well, if he can withstand it long enough and reach a fast travel out of here, then that should be good enough. Assuming you can do the same, then you should be fine. Can you do the same?
I can lead him. That is what he was implying.
What I mean is, once you get the flower, which TikTok, you will make your way home, I assume. I don't imagine that he will find the ring in the same time frame.
Oh, it is not likely, but it will matter little. I intend to bring him back to my village with me. At least for a short while. It is always easy for me to bring him back through to here.
Curious? Sounds like a lot of effort.
No, not for us. We're very used to world terrors. In fact, we have an array set up on the other side to stabilize it, to make sure that it will stay there for me to use to come back. And of course, as long as we leave that array up, keep it powered, it should do the same, keep it stabilized until I bring him back through. I could traverse it any number of times.
handy to have then.
Oh, absolutely. Depending on the resources that I could find in this land before returning, I mean, the Frostjade flower itself is quite impressive, but if there is more of value here, then we will potentially put up some sort of a world obelisk, just to harness the world tear itself into a array that will allow us to transport between worlds at will. Takes more energy that way, but in that instance, we know that the tear will never truly go away, so can even go in stages up to that if needed.
Mace will look at Kara and kind of go, wouldn't that be simpler for you as well?
Kara half asleep, poking her head up from the mound of dogs.
Yeah,
What?
you see a whole bunch of dog ears, and then Kara's head pops up.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What?
I'll fill you in tomorrow. Just go back to bed.
Sinks back into the fluff.
Head goes down, wings come up. Wraps them around all the dogs, they cuddle in deeper. Interesting how she does not require a blanket due to the fur. It's quite impressive.
Yes, they all kind of took a really big liking to her. Mind you, she's not a bad person either. I'm not exactly surprised about that. It's just, I don't know. Animals tend to avoid me entirely.
Is that why that one is sitting there staring at all of us? And like you all look over, and Steve is just sitting there glaring at the party, making sure no one approaches Kara.
Yeah, he is possessive.
Well, we say that we try and protect those things we love most.
Yeah, but then there were the two polar bears. And then it got weird.
I'm not sure if I wish to ask or not.
It's probably for the best that you don't.
Okay.
Regardless, she is well liked despite having died so many times.
What? Hold on. There is a lot about that statement. Died so many times itself means something, but why would someone like someone despite that?
Well, you would imagine that someone that's well liked would probably be the least likely one to expire before their time.
Ah, now I follow. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So believe it or not, she's very probably the most popular out of all of us. It's just that she has a tougher path to follow than most of us.
He nods and says, yes, it is oft I find people tend to like women, but
Flashes
currently...
back to the fight where he's like, I could kill you. You can try.
Well, I was supposed to say is, currently, actually, the one that I find most amenable in your group is him, and he points towards Leif.
Oh yeah, he's a riot. Just you know.
No, I just mean she was very bloodthirsty. I find him to be a bit more open and kind. Or at least from my short experience.
It's not the first time someone said that about me.
It isn't. No, we've heard rumors, but
Looks at Mallow. Your sister.
yes,
Your sister said the same thing.
Oh, God.
In case you didn't get it.
In case
Oh, no,
it was
I-
the, it was
Mallow
the
doesn't-
sex.
Mallow doesn't respond at all. He is just meditating and closed.
Still
eyes
staring at
closed.
this pot, trying to figure it out, yeah.
Leif is now doing hand motions.
Yeah, quick little high five to my Echo, and then he just disappears.
Beautiful.
Echo just appears with a.
It's the first time, none of you know this except for Leif, it's the first time an Echo that he summoned before has been summoned again, and it was that one, Leif.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Meanwhile, there's just a bunch of them there. It's like, how come he gets to go twice? I earned this.
Out of the way! I have been called forth again. The beings beyond are allowing.
Master needs me.
Oh, so good. Alright, regardless, yeah, so at this point, especially since everyone seems to be kind of winding down for the most part, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's let Mallow do his roll. I've been thinking about what to have you roll, and I think in this instance, you don't have your alchemist supplies. Do you have proficiency with alchemist supplies?
It's my. I just have it under tools.
Right.
and it
Okay.
says alchemist supplies. So I
So
have
then
them.
you probably do have a proficiency with them. So if that
Okay.
is the case, what we will do is we'll have you roll with them. It is, I think, a wisdom based anyway. So give me just a wisdom roll, and we will add your proficiency to it. Oh, and that's 20.
I didn't mean to do the
That's okay. The advantage doesn't
but
matter. Still
yeah,
first
so
time
that
on
makes
that
it
one.
a 20,
Yep.
a 24.
Yes, okay, that's right. Your proficiency bonus is different from what I'm looking at. But yeah, regardless, it's still a nat 20. So everyone starts settling down, and just as they are all about to go to sleep, you all hear Mallow go, I did it! I did it! And you all kind of casually glance over, and there is indeed a little bit of a glow sparkling inside of his alchemy kit. Xinglong looks over, actually quite impressed. He says, not going to lie, that is the first time I have seen someone of this realm do that. Very impressive. I can at least teach you what I know, but I don't know how well it will translate into things from this realm. You may need to go and seek others who can then take and give you more of a grounds onto what the sort of plants that I will utilize are called in this realm, as opposed to how I know them.
I do have another question for you.
Okay.
You
The
adopt me.
Can
the
you protect me from Daddy?
I've never used this energy key, you call it, in this manner before. I knew of it in a sense, but I only knew it on how to use it to hurt others and how to change other aspects of myself. Would you be able to teach me more about this?
So he kind of, again, will nod and say, I can explain anything I know about Ki. The problem is I don't know what truly translates to your realm, same as I stated before. Ki for us is the power of all living things, whether it is plants, rocks, the dirt, the metals, even the atmosphere. All things contain a special key of their own. That which we humans can embody is many. Some are born to the powers of metal keys, and he actually looks over towards Mace. I would assume that he is probably one of them. There are those like myself who are actually capable of wielding many different types of key. It is just a matter of doping our body to be able to grow accustomed to it. Although my key veins, are a bit different in that regard.
Would you
One like
be able to?
Go ahead.
I just want to look at him and ask him, would you be able to know what key type I use? What my body is made for?
I can sense all energies for the most part, to a degree.
I stick
But
out my
yours
hand like he's going to
is-
give me a palm reading.
Yeah, no, he's already just kind of... He's not even really looking at you as he says it, too. He looks kind of at the fire as he's talking in this regard. Yours is odd. It is what we would call a unique aura, a unique key. If I had to give a term to it, death. And it is not something I have seen before. If anyone would be able to assist you in understanding it, it is actually my wife. As I have mentioned, she actually owns the powers of an immortal phoenix. And being of the phoenix's nature, she is quite skilled when it comes to the topic of life. And when one knows life, they equally know the other side of the coin. So while she may not be able to control the key that you embody, she would most certainly be able to help you understand it far more than I. Did we lose Mallow?
No, I'm I'm
It's no
thinking
problem if you're
if this-
thinking. It's just sometimes we all have the problem.
no,
where,
I
like,
know,
we
I
leave
know,
ourselves
I know.
muted and don't realize. I just want to make
No,
sure.
yeah. I guess my question to you
Mhm.
is this something that I can pursue to further train
I would not
in-
have brought up the topic if it is not possible to some regard. If you could not speak to the wife, depending on how things go, I wouldn't have given the option to you. He would have just told you what he could.
if this flower does truly heal her.
It will, as long as it blooms,
And as long as I do my part properly in my alchemy.
Again, as long as this heals her, would I be able to train or better understand the energy that has made me who I am?
He's gonna look you over again.
I take my mask off for him to see my true face and
Yeah,
undon my robe so he can see all of me.
Yeah, so he looks you over once more. In this case, he's not really sizing you up per se, but you can tell he's thinking. So I just need to check something in my notes.
So while this is happening, Ravnus is going to go. It looks like Mallow is different from before, as long as he is not in combat.
Yeah, Rav, did you ever see me normal? Or was that...
He was gone at that point.
Okay. I look at Ravnus and just go, I forgot you haven't seen me in my true form.
This isn't even his final form.
You didn't see spiky yellow hair pop out. Oh, sorry.
Come
Oh, God.
Happens when I get excited.
Happens when I eat too much chili.
All right. But no. So in this instance, he'll say. So sorry. Your question was specifically: is this something that you think she would train me in to help you understand? Yeah.
Help me understand. Like it.
Yeah. So
'cause
he
I know
looks. He looks you up and down, and as he sizes you up, he simply he kind of makes a couple hand motions, and then sits and thinks for a moment, and then he looks up at you again, and he simply says,
I believe it is within her capability. But I wish to make sure that the man that I offer up to her is one who is worthy of her time. So let me try
Absolutely.
this.
Oh God.
Will you apologize to my friend? It was claimed you came to blows before. Would you apologize to him for it?
I apologize for the man that I was when I did those things to you. I have changed greatly since then. And I kind of point towards everyone else. They can attest that this is true, and I am trying. But please, give me time, but I have changed.
so he shrugs a little, glances out of the corner of his eye towards Ravnus.
Hold on a second.
No problem.
He's just like, nah, lying piece of shit.
Yeah, I believe him.
All right, good for you, man. That's okay, you know, because we've at least as players experienced that this is kind of true for Mallow. He is somewhat trying, so yeah, I would say regardless. Okay then, Xinglong sees that Ravnus nods back at his shrug and says to you,
Okay then.
"Thank you for that apology."
I want to say too, you know, you're forgiven, and I know I was pompous previously, and my ways have changed.
So Xinglong, hearing that, you know, he actually guffaws. He's,
Ha ha! Really? Now that is something I might have actually liked to see. A pompous Ravnus.
No, it was not. Trust me.
The whole party goes, no.
Even Kara hit her sleep. No.
he
Yeah,
seems
Kara
even,
wakes up.
yeah. If anything, he seems even more interested. You know, he's like, this is a side I didn't get to experience of him. Very curious.
Is there
You still have the
anything-
fucking cauldron.
She mutters half asleep.
Is there anything in the time being till your wife makes her recovery that I should be doing in preparation?
So he will think for a moment.
It would not hurt you to continue practicing with your alchemy equipment. Utilizing your key to produce an effect like that you're not used to is certainly a good way to stretch those muscles, but honestly, until you receive further guidance, you would probably be remiss to go too overboard. Just do what you know, and grow as comes natural to you. And once you meet, and she is able to give you further guidance, that is when I believe you will truly unlock what you are capable of, your potential.
I like bow my head to him and just say thank you.
It is of no problem. Those who wish to better themselves are those who I consider friends. Just make sure that you always respect those who are to be your teachers. It is something that we all learn young in the place that we are from.
I kind of look at him and just go, that was not the case where I came from.
One's past does not have to be who they are. I believe, especially considering what you have shown here tonight, you are more than capable of it.
I just go back to making my little fire over and over again.
Yep. Yeah, so if anything, what you actually find is the fire itself doesn't really burn out as long as you're focused on it. And you can very easily kind of... You feel almost a connection to the fire. If you want it to go hotter, it's very easy to make it hotter. If you want it to go cooler, it's very easy to make it cooler. Not that Mala would know this. It's almost like when mages use like prestidigitation, to adjust the fire. I think that's the right one. So it's just similar in nature. It's not that you'll learn that currently, but it maybe in the future, right? It's more of only in this instance, it's only the fire in the pot that you're currently able to play with, because that was what was created with your key in this instance.
Can I try to create one in my hand?
Yes, absolutely. But in this case, you would not be rolling with the proficiency bonus. It would just be a wisdom check.
Okay. Oh god.
Yeah, so it does not work. It does not
God
seem
damn
to
it.
catch.
I just go back to the pot.
Yep, that's no problem. All right. Anything else anyone want to do, or should we want to take the long rest here?
I'm good.
Already passed out, so it's whatever the party wants to do.
Yeah, so I guess the only other question is of those who are awake, since Kara is clearly trusting enough, do you guys want to assign your own watchmen as well, or do you all want to just trust Ravnus and Xinglong and let their kind of system work?
Fucking trust me, bitches.
According to the way I work, I guess I need to be on standby mode for
Right.
6 hours,
Mhm.
right? But that
Yeah.
means I am still conscious, I still see, I
Right, so
still talk.
you absolutely can just be sitting your back to the wall and making
yeah,
sure
I'll just be
shit's
sitting
not a
there kind
problem.
of like
Right.
looking around,
Absolutely.
not really doing anything.
Absolutely, no problem at all. So, alrighty. So if that's the case, if you're going to be paying attention and looking around, just give me a perception check. And
You want one from me?
yeah, no, yeah, go ahead. Just do one to GM, because you have a hidden value on this one.
You want me to as well, just let me know.
No, I think with what Mace was saying, he's just going to let you guys kind of go to sleep. This is for overnight perceptions is what I'm doing. So, the two of them. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, the first half of the night seems to go pretty smoothly. You guys would basically just be a little cold out here, but the fire is burning quite well, so it's staving it off pretty well. But you do notice, Mace, a biting chill and a wind start coming in from the south that you know all too well. And Ravnus, you as well, would kind of look out into the distance and notice the winds are blowing very fiercely into your little makeshift hole here. But you also do know there was a reason you guys chose this kind of dugout. It worked very well for you in the sense that it tended to stop these natural winds from getting too fierce in this area. However, it doesn't stop a blizzard from rolling up pretty much right to the entrance of the cave. Let me go send this to back. So at this point, you guys can't see too far out into the plains. It does make it more difficult to see throughout the night. Mace, however, seeing as you realize from your times of blizzards before, you stop relying on your eyesight and just start focusing on what's in the camp. It does not catch you by surprise when all of a sudden you hear something up on the cliffs behind you. You go to turn around, and Ravnus, you would see him make the motion. And both of you would see, if I'm on the right layer, it would help. 3 cats of some sort, perched,
Ah,
looking down upon you. At this point, I will ask the two of you, Ravnus and uh, Jesus Mace, thank you, Brain, to roll initiative for me. And that's just to determine order of which one of you can go first and all that.
Oh,
Okay.
whoops. I'm
No,
still
it's
in
okay. It's
game
okay.
mode.
That's alright. I still see it, so you're good. That's not Mace. That's you. Okay. That's you. And you know what? Everyone else just roll me initiative right now as well, so that I could set it up easier, and then we don't have to worry about it later. Okay. Okay.
I don't know why that doesn't auto roll that. 18.
No worries.
We got to
Gotcha.
click advantage. It's my bad.
I got you, bad boy. Kara is a 7. Kara's low for once. Look at that.
In concert with the fact she's
Yeah,
fucking
dead
out
asleep.
cold in a pack of dogs.
Very fair. Very, very fair. Okay. So that'll set that up. Perfect. Alright, so among the two of you, the first one that is able to do anything is Ravnus. So go ahead, Rav. However you want to respond is up to you. Xinglong is just kind of leaning with his back against the rock, his eyes closed. He seems more meditating than sleeping, but he is definitely not paying attention enough to notice this.
And these are up on the ledge.
Yes, and you kind of can see them, peering down at you, especially with the light being what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna give out the good old Ravnus, hey you guys,
Awesome.
to try to, shout and wake everyone up.
All right, we're just gonna say, especially because it's Ravnus and he has no actual idea of volume control. He just screams at the top of his lungs. Hey, you guys! It echoes off the cave. Even with the blizzard, you could hear it no problem. And with that, all of you will certainly be able to awaken on your turn.
Cats are like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, in fact, so what I'll do is we'll still finish out this turn order. So, is there anything else you want to do, Ravnus? Movement or bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action
Well,
fly.
he just said he wants to recover his family ring.
True.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action fly and get at least 10 feet off the ground. So straight up 10 feet.
Beauty.
Okay.
I
I mean, I'm assuming everything else is they're just too far away to hit or something.
Oh, I'm not
I don't-
right.
I don't know height wise how high up this is or.
The cliffs, yeah. So they're probably about 30 feet above you up there. Not too high that they can't get down in a turn, but they are
Okay.
pretty. They're up there still.
Can I cast Mind Sliver on one of them?
Yeah, I think
Are
you'd
they
be.
visible to?
Yeah, I think you'd be close enough.
Okay.
Let me see. You're up. Why is it doing an outline?
It is an intelligence saving throw, DC 15.
Okay.
Let's make sure that is right.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So 3. Okay, we'll do it on. So which one in particular are you trying to hit?
Doesn't
Top
matter.
front
We'll
or
just
bottom
go
front? Top
Bottom front.
Okay. Awesome. Right, wisdom. Oh, int save?
Yes. That's actually 2d6.
So-
So this
Yeah, go ahead and roll another one then. Very good roll. Or a very good choice, I should say. Because it rolled a 17, and with its int modifier, it failed the save. So, yeah, that will work on that. So,
So it takes a whopping
6?
6 damage.
There you go.
And then that one you subtract 3 on its next
Oh,
save.
actually, hold on a second to check something. Still fails it, you're good. So you chose the right stat more than anything, right? Yeah, beauty. So it still takes the damage, and it is going to have a symbol on it, if I can get the thing to work. Let's put a little lightning bolt. Okay. So that we know it has problems. Okay. Next up is you, Mace. Anything you want to try and do?
Well, we've already gone on the offensive, so I don't see why not. Are these? I'm gonna call them cats because they look like cats.
Yes, they do. You'd be able to tell they do seem to be cats of some sort.
Oh, man.
Like, they were encroaching into our camp, right?
They were looking down and very much approaching, or like in a stance that looked like they were kind of stalking you, is maybe the right way to put it.
Uh-huh. Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll throw a firebolt, I think, at the same cat that he mind slivered.
Alrighty. So I have to. Oh, never mind. Okay, so it's 25 will most certainly hit. And for some reason that's not on save, is not. So he takes a good old 10 fire damage. Very good, very good. So
And
its fur definitely sparks with that, and seems to not necessarily catch, but it scorches good.
right. And I guess I'll just give a loud whistle to alert everyone to what's going on.
So between the hey you guys and the whistle, everybody's going to be able to stand up on their turn. It'll still take half your movement to stand, but you'll get your actions and all that. Anything else, Mace?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. So I'm going to go to the top of the turn order now. Call it that was you guys' ability to go before it should hit the fan. And with that, Xinglong is actually the top, so he will stand, use half his movement to do so, and he will actually call out, "Winged girl, there is one coming down behind you!" And as he says that, Kara, you would look up the cliffs, and you would indeed see another one at least coming down.
Lying flat on my back, move a wing, just look up at it like, oh, you done fucked up.
Yeah, so you see that coming. And then he will... How much does that give him here, if he did that? Just want to make sure that he would get enough movement for this to be worth it. Equal to walking. Beauty. So he stands up, and you watch as his back kind of glows golden, the first thing he does is throws off his coat, I should say. He wouldn't want to ruin it. And his back kind of glows golden, and the scales appear in between his shoulder blades, and his wings come out as he is going to Step of the Wind bonus action. And he will fly up to here, and he's just going to do a breath on these fuckers. Let's see how many of them make it. Oof, all 3 fail. Beautiful. Alright, 18 on each of them. So again, the one that you guys have been targeting, he not only sparks up in flame, but actually fully alights and dies. The 2 behind start looking pretty worse for wear, as they are also sparked up. And he is going to fly closer and just start wailing away. He's just going to do the best that he can here. Let's utilize the key to transform his hands. And he will do 2 claw attacks.
So I fully expect the rest of you to kill these things before I move. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll see. One of the claws will strike for 7 piercing damage. And he will, at that point, back 5. That should be it. No, hold on, let me recount. This is it. I knew I was a little off. Okay. Backs a little bit away. It's going to get an opportunity attack, which I don't think it'll hit, but we will see. Nope. Swings and misses. Hits the air. Alright, it's now those cats' turns, so they're going to try and leap at him. They will move forward 5, 10. This one's actually going to kind of jump off of the cliff down towards you guys. That was 5, 10. So in order to make it, it actually has to the cliff is like 30 feet high. 30 climbing, 40 movement. Yeah, I can make that. So it's going to sit here, and it's actually going to swing at you, Mace. I don't think it'll hit you, but we'll see. No, critical failure will most certainly not hit you. So it actually lands funny, and we're going to say it is currently prone from a critical failure lunge. Good enough. Kara, the one behind you starts coming down now. 20. And you actually notice that with it is another 2 that, actually let me reveal them before bringing them down, kind of come in tow. The first one is going to walk 5, 10 down to here. Actually, no, I think these are going to be smarter than that. This one's just going to, I'm going to have them both back up a square. This one's going to stand here, and this one's going to come here, and they're actually going to try and assault the dogs.
Oh, they have to
Damn
get
it,
through
Steve.
my wing first, so
That's
you
fine.
you
So
even
we can
said
say,
it. My wings
fine.
were on top of the dogs.
That's fine. So we'll have them swing at your AC, but their intention is to get past the wing to the dogs. So if they can overcome it, then they're going to do damage to a dog. Your AC is currently 16 because no shield?
Correct.
Okay. Well, one of them is targeting you anyway as well. So the first 2 will swing for dogs. Both of those miss. The last one actually hits a crit, but it's on you, so it's not targeting the dogs.
Alrighty.
It's going to hit you for 11 total damage. And that is slashing, if it matters. I don't think it does for you.
It does not currently.
Yep, that's totally that. So that's those 3, and Mallow, you are up.
So are they all like out of range besides this one?
That one's
Really?
definitely closest to you. The ones over near Kara are on ground level as well.
Okay. If I go here, I would have advantage on this one.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just reading something really quick. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm going to attack with advantage on this one.
Alrighty.
I'm going to try to stunning strike it.
Okay.
Really quick with the bow staff. Am I still able to use it as versatile? Or
I think you can. I don't remember.
I think we agreed I can still like kick with it. So it makes sense that I would still be able to use it as a two-handed kind
I
of thing.
just don't remember.
Yeah, it was still versatile, but
It just doesn't do the different
But
any different on
you,
damage.
monk,
I think.
being a monk weapon, it would have to be one-handed, right?
That was why
think
we got on
that's
this
what it
giant thing,
sounds
but
like.
monks specifically talk about using quarterstaffs.
Yeah, but they
And it
specifically talk
doesn't-
about it in terms of one-handed because eventually they do the same damage one-handed or two.
Okay.
Hold
so
on a sec. We'll just check.
I'm sorry for bringing that
Wielding
up now, but-
only monk weapons. Weapons that don't have the two-handed or heavy property.
Which it doesn't. It has versatile, so.
Yeah, I mean that just comes down to I think DM.
Comes down to the DM semantics, so it's
Yeah.
whatever Rick declares here.
Yeah, it's one of those things, especially with versatile. I consider versatile should mean more than it does. So I'll probably give it to you, especially since realistically in the long run there's no reason for you to use it two-handed.
Yeah,
So it's really only flavor text once your monk die gets high enough. So yeah, it's whatever. Go for it.
Okay.
How about this? We'll do this to make sure we're not breaking monk rules. You're using it two-handed, but we're probably just going to have you use your standard martial arts die, which is what, a d6? We're flavor texting it, essentially.
Well, then we can just state that it's got a chain in the middle and I'll just use it as nunchucks then.
That's fine.
Okay.
Totally works. That's fine. Yeah.
So then so then it's 1d6.
It's all the same damage that way. It's just all flavor text how you want to use your weapon. Because that way you can use it however you want, and we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, sounds good. You whap him with some nunchucks. Go ahead and give me that roll.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, 10 won't quite hit. You kind of swing at the air, still a little drowsy from having just woken up, but you still have your other attack, I believe.
Yeah. Does a 23 hit?
No, I don't think so. No, I'm just kidding. Of course it does.
Okay. Stunning strike it. So this one is stunned now.
No, it has to try and pass a con check.
Does it?
What is your key DC?
I gotta check. Hold on. $12. 12.
Okay, it still fails. It only rolled a 9, so I didn't think it was going to pass regardless. I just needed to know.
Oh, sweet. Okay. And then
So you'll
damage
hit it,
is.
bludgeoning.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Beautiful.
9 damage.
9 fucks it up. Pretty good. That's this bad boy right here.
And then I'm going to bonus action attack this guy right here.
Sorry, click one more.
The one closest
To your
my
right.
right.
Gotcha. Perfect. Go ahead.
Bonus action unarmed strike. Non-advantage.
18 will hit, yes. 5 more.
I can't re-roll that one.
That's
can
okay.
I?
I think it's
and-
only once per turn, yeah.
And then I'm going to push him 5 feet. Can I push him 5 feet back?
No, it's a wall in that direction. You can move him south, or you can kind of move him like diagonally here.
Or I'll just leave him where he is then.
Alrighty.
Or no, I'll move him here, down south one.
Okay then.
Because if these things have pack tactics, he shouldn't be able to use it because this
Pack
dude's
tactics,
stunned.
just as a heads up, is as long as one of their friendly creatures are next to an enemy.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Never mind then.
Regardless,
Whatever.
I think that's pretty much everything you can do. So, at this point, Kara, you would certainly notice as you kind of glance out over these things towards Mallow, as another crew seems to shuffle in towards you guys around the corner out of the blizzard.
As Kara was wincing from the strike, we're being surrounded.
So they still have a little bit of movement left. That was, I gotta check something in the, can I do it this way? 25, 30, 35, 40. So the back one can get to there, so the 2 forward ones can make it to Mallow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is 40 there. So those ones are going to start trying to surround you, Mallow. Only one of them gets advantage, thankfully. Okay, so the advantage one will hit you. The other one will not. But because the advantage one hits you after moving 20 feet straight towards you, you will take 6 damage, and I need you to do a strength saving throw. A 12 does not pass, so you are currently prone. And since you are prone, the cat can make 1 bite attack against you as a bonus action. This was the one with that.
Hell yeah.
So it will hit you 1 more time for a total of 8 damage. So you've taken 14 from it total. Piercing is 8. Slashing was the other 6, just so you
Okay.
know. But besides that, yeah, you're prone currently, but that's all they can do this turn. So moving on.
Did we get our long rest, or is this waking up in the
No,
middle
this is
of it?
this is waking up in the middle of it. Yeah,
Okay.
you will finish it once you pass through the night. And with that, it is this one's turn. So Leif, as you kind of blink yourself awake, you notice that again out of the lower blizzard, 3 more seem to be coming, and that I believe is the end of where they can move to in this turn. So those 3 pop out, and it is now your turn, Leif.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's die.
Let's die. I gotta fucking now I gotta send the Corona clip.
Alright, so I wake up, notice what the fuck's going on. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna look at Ravnus and kind of smile a little bit and look back at everybody and just be like, the soup's bad! And then I'm gonna come fucking running, well, not right next to that guy, but down here next to him. Is there space for me to throw an echo back here?
Yeah, Yeah. Yeah. There was
That's
there.
hard to. Okay. I'm gonna throw that guy back there. And then I'm going to attack the one in between Mallow and I with my Echo. 27.
That will most certainly hit. Yes.
8. We're going to re-roll that for 9. Okay. I'm going to attack it again.
So that's
13. That's not.
Okay. So 9 damage. 13 will hit. Yes.
Oh, shit.
These things aren't too tough. They're just big pack.
14.
14 is nice and powerful. That will cleave into it good. It's bleeding quite well.
I am going to unleash Incarnation to smack it one more time. A crit.
Just remind me, Unleash is not a bonus action or an
It
action,
says
right? It's
it
just
says
free
no
action.
action.
Yep,
Yeah,
just making sure. I
no action.
believe that was correct. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, I read it again to make
So,
sure.
Yeah. So with that, you basically cut this cat's head off. I'm assuming it's the one between you and Mallow, since you're rolling with advantage. Yeah.
Right. Also, but there's also another thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was-
No, that's what I mean. I knew you were So it had 11 health to begin with. So you did 20, 22, 28 damage to it when it had 11 health. So yeah, you fully just decapitate that thing in one fell swing. No problem. Don't even feel resistance on the Echo's blade.
I'm gonna look over at Mallow and just be like that.
Don't need key to kill these fuckers.
You see your little flame. You see your little flame pot do that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh man, look at them acting like brothers. It's kind of strange. Relationship seems a little natural.
Thanks, Leif. Thanks.
All right.
How would I ever have known to do that?
Me, the guy who kills everything that breathes.
Thank God. I'm on the ground cutting the eyes out of that thing and the tongue, and I'm just like, how would I have ever known how to do that?
Oh god, hilarious. All right, Ravenous, you're up next. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else for Leif, so.
Okay. Just measure this real quick.
Yep. Just remember, you got 10 feet up in the air.
Yeah, that's plenty. Cool. So I am going to cast Shatter
Okay. Shit, that focus.
at 4th level,
Ooh.
and it is a 10-foot radius.
So I'm assuming you're hitting
so
the first guy here and just radiating.
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna get all 3 of these guys down here.
Yep, do this. That should let you guys see that. So everywhere in those
Yeah.
circles will be hit for you.
Yeah.
Or actually, I need to do a saving throw for this, don't I?
Hold on. What level is this being cast at? This is at 4th level.
Nice.
So it's a con
Damn,
save
dude.
DC.
15.
15.
Okay. 1, 2. These things are not rolling great. So that, and then I gotta do.
That doesn't seem. Is it it's supposed to be 5d8? Is this 5d8? That's 2d8.
Holy shit. These things cannot fucking roll to save their life tonight. Alright, so one of them passes, the others fail, even though they all had advantage on that save. It's kind of nutty.
Okay. So on fail, the creature
Takes
becomes full damage.
Okay,
Does
so
it get thrown back at all?
so you're dealing 27 damage base. So this
Yeah, and
one,
failed half as much unsuccessful.
So 27, half as much. Say what? 13, 14. 14. We'll round up for you.
Sure.
And then this one was 27 again. And lingering effects from fails?
No, because I'm assuming they're all organic.
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
inorganic
It would be
materials
That's
such
how
as
we
stone,
find out that-
crystal, and metal have disadvantage on saving throws.
Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, they wouldn't have had
Construct
advantage
cannot
on those
exist in
anyway.
this world.
Good thing he saved with the first one. Okay. Regardless. Okay.
Oh, and do they have resistance to thunder?
They do not.
Okay.
So, no worries on that front. Anything else?
And I'm gonna move here.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty, Mace, it is your turn.
Okay.
So the one next to you is prone. That's what that icon is, just to remind you.
Yeah, okay. So there's just the one cat next to me?
Yeah, it went to jump down to attack you, and it failed pretty miserably at the lunge,
Tripped.
so it is
Yeah.
prone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's advantageous at least. And they clearly don't intend to retreat, so yeah, I'll smack it.
Okey-doke, go for it. Oof.
Oh, I do
No-
have advantage, don't I?
Yes, because it's prone. Good call.
Yeah.
In before second crit. Or second crit fail, I should say. Uh-oh. There it is.
Hey, there we
Chance
go,
coming
a
in
little better.
strong. Alright.
And
So
for the
that-
second hit, I don't know if it's still alive or not,
It
but
is
you know.
still alive, but you collide with its face with Chance, and you watch as it just barely wobbles on its feet. Clearly, like,
Mhm.
only barely hanging into consciousness.
And I'll go for the second hit.
Beauty. Yeah, so
Very
with
nice.
that, the 10 damage does more than enough to snap its neck as you collide with its head again. Basically just crushing this thing's life into nothing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And
The good news is its head didn't have to go far before it hit the ground.
yeah, that's nice then. So what I'll do, I think, is so I can move up to here, and that should about cover everyone. I don't have any more attacks, but that doesn't matter.
Oh, that gets your aura on everyone, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I'll do for now.
Alrighty, perfect. In that instance, it should be Kara's turn. Go for the wing girl. He's muted and doesn't know.
He left.
Maybe.
Kara
Sorry, I
has
had to
been
get
raptured.
something. What's up?
Nope, just your turn.
I'm finally around to it. Yay.
Everyone goes before you. Ha.
It's fucking- It gave me time to go put some stuff away.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. I am going to strike at the one that is next to me, that has advantage with Mallow.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
He's also stunned.
Yes, sir.
Oh, babe.
Uh-huh.
Alright, there's a special thing for when I crit with this axe. Hang on.
Double
Oh, using
damage.
Rotos. Yeah, it's 7 more damage, I believe. Or 14. Something.
I
He
just
instantly beheads anything he crits.
That one is the one Mallow hit, so it should be this one.
Turns out it's a woeful axe.
Does it? Can I put it
No,
into this?
not quite. It's just
da.
Vicious Claw.
Mm-hmm.
Flashing. Oh, I never programmed the crit damage. Hold on a moment.
That's fine. I think, like I said, it's just a flat plus, so shouldn't be too hard.
Okay. Turn that
Even before he
effect
took all this
on.
time to roll 2 1s.
No, I'm pretty sure it's dead.
Let me see. So that's what, 17, 14, 21, 31? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be dead. Yeah, so that cat, yet again, you guys are just cleaving these things apart. Kara's axe comes down and splits the side of this thing's skull open, and she just wrenches the axe out, and you all watch as its body twitches lifelessly.
Stands
Seizing
up.
up already.
Stands up, spins the axe like, I can't believe my sister couldn't hit you with this. And
That's when the party member, whichever one you're talking to, is like, and it was twice the size.
Yeah.
and I will turn off advantage and go for the one to the southeast of me. And does a 13 hit it?
That one. Yes, 13 does hit it. I was looking at the wrong thing. That's why. Okay.
Cool. It's going to take 9 damage.
Yes, sir. That it does. All right.
And I am going to bonus action second wind, because I need it.
Is Planar Warrior reactive? Is that why you got the...
Oh, right. I had that turned on. Fuck me. Never mind. I can't second wind.
Because that's the bonus action one, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I was going to say. Alrighty, that's no problem. Just no health. That's all. Alrighty.
Indeed.
So back into the top of the turn order. Xinglong will now continue striking at this
Looking
thing.
at that one particular cat. You touch my fucking dogs, I will murder you and everything that matters to you.
So this one with exactly.
I do like
the
how
same
my
thing.
first attack with Rhoda's axe was a crit.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Just to rub the salt in the wound.
So Xinglong will have done that and then fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He will swoop down in front of these guys, and as he touches down, his wings just kind of dissipate. And he will do another claw at this front one to finish off that action. Or that attack per action, I should say. That will still hit. With his last key point, he's going to hit it for 4, low roll, but try and stunning strike. Let's see how its roll goes. This one is 4 damage. Fails the save. So this thing needs to, or not this thing. Oh yeah, they all need to dex save. You watch as these 3 all light up again in fire. Let's do the damage, because they all might die, but I think one of them probably will survive. And let's get rid of that. Oh no, damn, that's 2 10 rolls. Okay, that thing's fucked. All 3 of these things just light up in his fire breath as he puts feet down on the ground. And at that point, he's going to just cross his arms and turn to look at the rest of the party and let you guys handle the rest of it on your own.
I did mention I stood up, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Even if not, it's fine. I kind of mentally assumed that everyone was going to. And you didn't move far enough that it would have mattered. Actually, here's what he's going to do. Can't do that, never mind. Yeah, he's just going to wait. In that case, we go to the next, which is the top of the cat's turn order. The next one moving is this bad boy, the one that Kara just hit. So it is going to... You're not flying, right, Kara? He didn't say he was flying, right?
No.
I missed that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So it's going to swing for her.
Oh, I'm protecting my dogs, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that it was still capable of hitting you.
No.
It will not hit you, so that one misses. The other one in that group is going to still try and hit Mallow. Let's see how they want to do that. It can't move away from you, so it'll just do it while it's there. So let's see if it can strike Mallow. And it will not hit Mallow either. So that is the 2 that were in that group. Mallow, it is your turn.
All right. Am I in darkness at all? Is there a shadow coming off of Lay from this fire?
Yeah, and I mean, for the most part, with the blizzard and everything, everything's pretty dark right now. You can pretty much warp pretty freely.
Bet. I'm going to teleport to here.
Go for it.
Use half my movement to stand up. Teleport to over here. Advantage, slap the fuck out of this dude with my nunchucks Bruce Lee style.
Go for it.
This 25 will hit, I'm guessing.
Hold on. Missed doing these quick. 1 sec. Yes, 25 will certainly hit. You can roll damage.
9 damage. I'm gonna slap him again.
The lower one is 9. Yep, 16 will hit. 10 more.
There's 10, and then another slip slappity bit bappity.
Can't.
Fucking,
Can't.
I can't.
Bonus action,
Oh,
shadow
bonus
step.
action. Fuck.
I mean, you still hit him twice. You still got 19 damage on that fucker.
Damn it. Okay.
Alrighty. Good hits, though, for sure. In
Yep.
that case, it actually goes to those 2's turn. So, one of them... I can't do that right now. Okay. It's going to bite out at... so, Leif, you're this one, correct?
The top one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's going to bite out at you. I don't know if it'll hit you, but it's going to try. 16 does not hit you, right?
Nah, 17.
Well, 17 if you have a weapon in each hand.
Yes, actually, I think you're right there. My bad. It just
What are
says
you
17.
currently using on Leif versus on the Echo?
I've just been pulling his great sword. I
Okay.
was using 2, but yeah,
No, that's
I've
fine.
been
So it
down.
will hit you in this instance as well.
Yeah.
So 10 damage on Leif as it bites down on you, grabs your arm.
Okay.
And then the other one will try and do the same to Mallow. 12 to 17. 17 hit you, Mallow? I think it does.
Yep.
Okay, so it will also bite out at you, but this one will only do 6 damage. And then it is to the party. Leif, you are up.
All right. Well, we're just gonna smack this one in between Mallow
some-
and my Echo.
Get some revenge.
Yeah, since I can run advantage on that guy.
I see what you're doing. Never mind. Yes, go ahead. Hit him
A
first.
little one of those.
That will most certainly go for another d6 roll.
Yeah.
Actually, you would have killed
19.
him anyway, but yeah, so 19 most certainly puts that one in the grave.
Doesn't that already do? Never mind.
He gets an extra d6 from his Orcish
For
heritage
yeah.
on crits, or maybe it's not. Yeah, I think it's from your Orc.
That's
thing,
a
but
yeah. I think that's a feat. Yeah.
there's something, but regardless, yeah, you get an extra. He gets
It's
extra
from my
d6.
feet.
Yeah, he's got extra smelly feet, and it does crit damage.
Okay. Can I slide my Echo over here?
Yeah, absolutely. Now that it's dead, no problem.
Okay. And then he's gonna look at Mallow and be like that, and then attack the one in between both of us.
Wonderful.
18.
What are the rules in pushing an enemy into one of your companions?
12.
Yeah, 12 will most certainly hit it. You cut away at its side, do a nice slash into it, but this one's looking still pretty okay. Not too.
We're
beat
gonna unleash again.
up. Alrighty.
Give her a 22.
That will hit.
Ooh, 16. I never did this just to make sure. Yeah, so 16.
Alright.
So I think
yeah. So
let's-
that one is now super bloodied, barely standing as it hisses up at you, or looking between you and your Echo at this point. But yeah.
I'll my
very
Echo's gonna
abused.
look at Mallow and say, "If you want, I'll let you finish this one."
So to be fair, I don't think your Echo can actually talk, but you would say that as the Echo is like moving its mouth, so it looks like it's talking.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I haven't used a bonus action, so I can switch places with my Echo in teleportation. If that's, I mean, that's totally fine.
Go for
In
it.
fact,
I just
let's
mean
do that. We're
go
just
for it.
gonna
Go for
do
it,
one of
man.
those.
I'll move this other way.
And yeah, I'm just gonna poof there and be like, "Hey, it's me. If you want, I'll leave that one for you."
Leif just flexing on everyone.
Oh God, wonderful. Okay, so that's everything you can do, I think. So it's actually Ravnus' turn next.
So I'm gonna mind sliver this one.
Go for it.
Where
So it's a
DC 15 intelligence.
And it does have advantage on this, but it will fail anyway because int is not strong for it. How much damage? 5
5.
psychic. Okay. So it does not quite kill it with that, but this thing reels its head back as its nose starts to bleed. Anything else? You were 1 damage short, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. You know, I'm gonna come over to the Goliath here and scream at him to try to wake him up.
So you would see that he rolls over, and he's just scratching his tummy, and he looks up at you. Use good challenge. Watch challenge.
Okay, good job.
I just didn't have it
Yep,
included
good.
on the turn tracker, and it's not included for my experience calculation, so fuck him, he gets nothing.
Sucks to suck, bro.
Exactly. Alright, regardless, it is Mace's turn.
I think I'll get over here
Okay.
and
Give him the old 1-2.
yeah, it's the one that's between me and Mallow.
Okie doke.
So that's one. Probably doesn't hit.
No, not quite.
And then 2.
There you go. And that thing will die. No problem. So you smash it on the back. as it is slightly facing away from you, and you crush its spine in a way that it keels over unmoving, and most likely, as far as you can tell, dead.
And well, this is up the mountain now, right? Like that would be
Yes,
climbing.
yeah, that's climbing.
Okay, so then.
Well, actually, to
I
be
can't-
fair, the one square here is not. This would be
Yeah,
climbing.
no, I wanted to be right there, so.
So you can move
it's
here.
fine.
You can move here fine. It would be one square past would be too much. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, misunderstood. So yeah, you can do whatever.
Yeah, no, I'll stay where I am.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Kara.
Okie dokie. Thunk goes the axe.
Yes, sir. That will hit.
I'm not gonna use Planar Warrior this time because I want my heal.
Okay, doke.
So I don't have it. Wow, I didn't program Second Wind on Kara. I should probably do that at some point.
It's alrighty. Just do the die roll for now, because I'm gonna stand up and get dog bones after this.
I'll get
so.
3.
That's alright. You're gonna get your long rest here pretty shortly anyway. Those are the last two, so as long as you guys kill them.
I will make a second attack on
if these two cats manage to wipe the whole party at this point, then you know what, they fucking deserve it.
I'm assuming a 9 does not hit.
It will not, no. Dodges out of the way. Any movement?
Do I have my action surge still?
Probably. I don't
Looks like
remember
I
you
do.
using it.
Cool, I'm going to use that to strike 2 more times.
Okay.
3 damage. Okay.
Wow, that's an impressive roll.
No,
No, I thought it was two dice. Never mind. Not as crazy to hit.
No, it's only a single die.
Yeah.
And final attack. Okay, I think it's dead.
This guy, probably 3 damage.
17.
17. You kill it by 1 HP. Well, it had 16. That's the way to put it.
Cool.
So yes, that one is just barely, but most certainly dead. It is killed. So there's one more on the field. Anything else? I don't think you can do anything else this turn.
No, I cannot. But I will step in front of my dogs.
Yeah, perfect. So
Just-
goes to the top of the turn order. Xinglong is just going to line up here and kind of look over at this last cat. And as he does so, let me check his number. Where's his sheet?
I will state up front,
okay.
if it flees, I will not try to hit it.
There we go. Okay. So that will still fail, right? So that plus is 18. Yep. Okay. So it takes only 6 damage. Not too bad. And there it is. Okay. So Xinglong just kind of glances over at it, and it seems to recoil a little suddenly, but otherwise, it is. I want to make sure I'm doing that right. Yeah, okay. Otherwise, it is no visually worse for the wearer, and it goes to. So that thing's turn comes up, and at this point, it's going to shift 5 feet over here, and it is going to try. Yeah, that's fine. Try and bite at you, Leif.
Which one?
You actual Leif. It won't hit though. It's only rolls a 12. So it kind of stumbles on the way, and that's all it can do for its turn. Mallow, you are up. I'm just gonna do this to start.
I was
making.
muted.
That's fine. I'm just gonna move these guys out of the way.
Okay, so
we'll just,
that one's alive.
yes, that's why I moved them, just to make sure that it was clear. That is
Have
the
at
last
it,
one.
little guy.
Gonna walk over here. Smick smackety big backety.
Move everything out of the way. Yep, that will hit.
Re-roll that. Okay.
Being a little unlucky on that front today.
23,
Yes, still good. 10 more.
10.
It's not quite dead.
Bonus action unarmed, 19.
5
I
is
can't
just
reroll
enough
that.
to kill it.
I'm
So
going
with
to
that-
literally kick its head off of its body, and I would like to
yeah, so
have it hit Leif's echo.
You kick its head and its neck breaks, but it's not enough damage to necessarily sever the head from the body with just
Fucking
that.
goddamn
So
it.
it
I just want.
kind of like falls towards Leif. And the thing is, oh, actually, you're right. That would be the echo up top at this point. But yeah, so then it falls towards Leif's echo, but it doesn't quite hit it.
I just wanna pat Mallow like on the shoulder. I'm not gonna say anything at all. I just wanna give him
he
like,
just
a
feels how
couple pats.
condescending it is.
Yeah.
Oh god, you guys are brutal, and I love it. All right, so with that is the end of combat. So you guys are good on that. Xinglong kind of glances over at all the carnage and just, well, we might as well toss the bodies. It'll make it safer for us here. Anyone willing to help, just grab whatever you're next to. And he's actually going to start climbing the mountain.
I wouldn't toss all the bodies. We could use some of the meat.
Keep whatever you wish. I will get rid of the rest. And he's just going to start like moving things up off the mountain where you can't quite see him, and they will eventually just disappear.
Now, Kara's going to harvest the two that she killed.
So he'll walk back down over here, kind of skirt the blizzard, and just grab these, and he's going to drag them off as well. Eventually those disappear. And he comes back. And if anyone wants to do anything else with any of the other bodies, do so now, or forever hold your peace. Otherwise, he's just going to...
I said I was the two I killed are getting butchered.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I'll take the meat off of one of them.
Is there?
Alrighty.
I was gonna say, would I know if there's any use for any parts of these animals?
So, interestingly, you don't know, but you would see as Xinglong grabs bodies, he is certainly seeming to grab certain things off of them. Not that you would know what parts they are.
I would like to ask him if there are parts that I should be taking for use for alchemy of any sort.
Again, I know not the way it works in your realm, but for me, mixing anything that contains a beast's strength in with the proper potions is better ways to guarantee the results you are looking for. Things like the heart, the fangs, the claws, all will suffice.
Boil the testicles into a stew to improve virility.
You're not wrong. That's kind of what he's talking about to a degree.
I'm waiting for Mallow to dump out his bag of trophies and just be like, any of this?
Oh, I will A, show him that, and B, take as many claws and fangs as I can get.
She's
So
gonna
as he
end up
sees
making
you
like a giant.
grabbing at claws and fangs, he would caution you and say, "It is not worthwhile if the materials themselves are not still in good condition. Make sure you pick only the most perfect, only uninjured organs, only unbroken fangs, only unmarred claws. Those are the things of value. And as to these others," and he like rifles through the eyes and the tongues and shit, he's like, "unless they are eyes from a beast that is particularly perceptive, or tongues cut from mouths of those who can charm or confound at will, they will do very little for you in potions. It must embody the power of the beast."
Looks like they're fashionable.
I'm just gonna dump all of them and then start looking for good quality fangs and stuff.
Yeah, so just do me a
Oh,
survival
really?
roll, and we'll determine what you can get off of the...
Oh god.
Holy shit. Who are you?
I thought it was a collection.
14.
Yep, so the 14 would be enough that you'd get at least a claw and a fang without too much issue. You'd be able to cut the heart out, but these things are all pretty brutalized, so you would find that it's kind of... maybe not necessarily cut, but it's got a lot of blood soaked into it in a way that very clearly shows that it's kind of like not in good condition. But otherwise, you guys are able to cut those down. Kara, just do me a favor, roll me 2 d4s, and Leif, roll me 1 d4. So Kara, you cut 8 rations worth out of those 2 cats, which makes sense considering your survival skills. Leif, you managed to get 3 out of the one that you were working on, so definitely a good bit of meat, but you know, you're not as adept as Kara. Now that meat is raw meat. You might want to, at least make a note of that. That it
Oh,
won't
that's
have to
straight
be
for the
cooked.
dogs.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I just more mean like for Leif, if he wants to try and use it as rations, it would need to either be cooked or dried first. But you can still just cook it over a fire if you've got one. Just make note that you have some raw meat. 3
Oh,
rations of
definitely
raw meat.
trading this for fish.
There you go. That would be a good way to do it. It's no problem. But yeah, for the most part, that's about it. For this fight, you guys will get another 400 experience.
Oh, you hooker.
You should be what, 49 away?
Yeah. No, I'm 59 away. Fucking.
Is it 59? I might have done my math
Yeah.
wrong a little, but it shouldn't matter. You're still gonna hit. Yes, you are 59 away. I was looking at the wrong thing. But yeah, regardless, I'm gonna go get the dogs their bones quick. At this point, everyone can just return to the fire. The blizzard will die down during the night, but otherwise, you guys get your nice long rest. So you can go ahead and hit that button. You can chat around the campfire.
Like button.
Yeah,
Remember
right.
to subscribe.
And remember, we've been brought to you tonight by Surfshark.
Surfshark.
Damn it, I can't talk. VPN. Fuck. All right. Regardless, I will be back in just a moment. One sec.
This message has been brought to you by Surfshark. Just remember, if you smell blood in the water, it wasn't me.
Wrong shark.
Did I fucking stutter?
No, while he's gone, I want to talk to you guys about Scorpions. No, how much XP did we just get?
400 flat.
For flat. And from last time?
I
Well,
think
you
it
weren't
was
here,
two-
Chris. But
What last time? Like
like
day-
last session.
I think it was four. I think it was 2,000 flat.
Yep, 2,000 flat.
Oof, okay. That means
I am 600 away.
and 400. Ah, I see. I am less than 500 away from leveling.
I think that's me too. I think I'm 499 or something like that.
Oh, I take that back. I am 599.
I'm like 450 away.
Yeah, I'm 499. Just
Which is gonna be crazy because that's when I get some of my better features.
what is that? What do I get? Level 8. I don't think that's gonna do anything. I don't think I'm gonna get shit.
Level 8 fighter, you get ASI.
Yep.
Oh. Age.
Which also means that you
adventures.
could. I think that allows you could change to Great Weapon Master if you want to stop. I don't know if you dual wield or what you're doing, but I think you can change to Great Weapon Master if you wanted. So I think you're able to change out your fighting style.
I need to figure out a way of summoning undead.
Hey, dead.
What are you? What fighting style are you wearing now, or are you using now?
Me?
Gucci.
Fight Echo Knight? What?
No, here, hold on.
What? I don't know. Don't look at me.
Just
Don't look at
chill.
my shit.
I think he's duelist, right?
Did you lease out the Brent's Hill today?
Don't be.
Do-
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're gone. Don't look at.
Yeah, I
don't
think he's
look at-
duelist.
Don't look at my character. Get out of here.
Two weapon fighting.
2 weapon.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, but I think you have the ability to change it now. I think you can change your fighting style when you level, can't you?
Not sure. I will check.
I'm pretty sure at some point I'll be able to run this great sword in one hand, though.
It doesn't say anything about changing fighting styles, but I don't think you would make a big deal about it if you decided to change.
It says you can't take a
right.
fighting style option
back.
more than once, even if you later get to choose again.
Right.
So you can get another fighting style later, I guess.
What's the question?
Can you change his fighting style?
I think one of the optional features allows you to do that every level up or something. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. 4th level fighter feature, martial versatility. Whenever you reach a level in this class that grants the ability score improvement feature, you can do one of the following as you shift the focus of your martial practice. Replace the fighting style you know with another fighting style available to fighters. If you know any maneuvers from the Battlemaster archetype, you can replace one maneuver with another. So at level 4, you can switch one out. There's a mechanic for it. Level 4 fighter, specifically.
Talking about changing fighting style, not just the Battlemaster techniques. It's
No,
something that
yes,
anyone...
yes, that's what it is. The first of the 2 bullets, replace a fighting style you know with another fighting style available to fighters. Whenever you reach a level in this class that grants the ability score improvement feature, you can do one of the following. That's one of the following. So at level 4 in fighter, you theoretically would be able to change it out.
Yeah, because I was like, Leif could change off of 2-weapon fighting to like great weapon
Yes,
fighting.
that is true. He could do the same thing, and for him it wouldn't be level 4. It would just be whenever his next ASI is. So at level 8, if he sticks on fighter, he can do the same. Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
Which is like that's what I'm using on my one character. It's nice.
Mhm.
And then you can also take the like great weapon
Master.
master feat,
Yes.
which gives you a lot of good shit.
And I think his level 8 is still only his second ASI, so he can take that and the ASI, I believe, if that's where we're at.
Shit.
So yeah, that'll be a big level for you when you hit there.
Oh, number 8 is my third. I got it on 4, 6, and then 8 is.
Ah, that's right. 6 is one too. So it would just, you'd have to choose one or the other at that point. Not like you can't afford it. I think you're hitting big enough numbers that it's really not that critical.
I still get an ASI and a feat.
Probably true.
Yay!
Yes, because fighters I think get the most ASIs is how it works or something like that.
Yeah.
Rogues are second or something.
Yeah, I get shitty ones though, but that's fine.
Nah, you're good. Okay, so did that answer that question though? That I don't know who it originated from.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we were just.
We were just talking to see if he would be able to do that or not.
Yep. So definitely possible. We'll just do it by the books rule instead of circumventing. Okay. So with that, like I said, the long rest seems to go off without a hitch. You guys don't have too much issue throughout the night, and you will awaken at roughly like 5 a.m. the next morning. Of course, if anyone wants to sleep in, I'm not one to stop them. That's your character's choice. Xinglong would actually raise pretty early. This blizzard would no longer be here. And he would just watch as he once again takes up position on his rock the next morning. And as each of you awake, he would, of course, nod a good morning to you, but he doesn't seem to really move. He just kind of takes up position and watches the flower. Anyone wish to do anything in this morning, or you guys want to just pack up and start moving on? What's the plan?
Are we? Well, I thought weren't we gonna stick with him until this flower
I'm
was
not
done?
sure. I'm not sure. No one has really broached the topic of how to proceed to that next step yet, to be fair.
Well, that's kind of the thing. We don't know how long it's gonna take, right?
Exactly.
And so, unless
did-
Leif has some insight that I don't have.
Well, keep in mind, because I tried to make this clear, but I might not have made it as evident as needed. He did offer to you the night before that he could also package up the plant once the flower blooms, and he believes he could do it more expertly than most of you because of his alchemist skills. It's just a matter of what you would want him to do with the plant after he does that. So theoretically, you wouldn't have to stick around if you let him do that. It's just where does he bring it once that occurs.
Right. So, I guess because the other guy doesn't exactly have like a home base or anything.
That is a good point.
Could bring it to Petra. I'm sure that Petra would be able to find him and their acquaintances. So yeah, I mean, I'd say maybe he can bring it to the Goliath camp. I guess I'll posit the question to the rest of the party.
Probably a good way to go about it.
Kara would talk to the Ruslan tribe member that is with them. When are you expected back?
I'll just RP since it's easier for you than having to ask me questions, Fred. We said we'll be back today, right? He's one day here, one day back, is what's said in front of Petya.
Okay. Kara will look to the group. Xinglong's not leaving. So, we either report what we found back to Magnus, or we camp it out. One or the other.
I think camping here is a waste of time, for lack of better words. So, if we're intending to at least get something out of this. We might as well allow him to take his time with the plant. I understand that our acquaintance requires it, but he's waited long enough. He can wait a little more. Besides, it's for his goddess, right? If she was all that strong, she would get it herself.
Thanks.
No comment, just carries on.
Carries on to just get ready to go, or you? Oh, you're walking towards Xinglong. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was like a prepare state
No.
positioning. Okay. Yeah. So he sees
I'd like
you
to take
approach and-
take a look at the flower.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have changed much from yesterday. You're definitely perceptive enough that the plant just looks the same.
Pretty nice that it survived a fucking blizzard.
I mean, the real issue is if we bring it somewhere warm, does the flower melt?
I hope not. Let's not
Kara
find
will-
out.
We'll pose a question to Xinglong while we're there, and just what if the life cycle of that flower is much longer than you anticipated?
The fact that the vines have grown as much as they have, and leaves sit upon the plant, tell me that it will bloom, at least within the next month or two. It depends on how many more of those blizzards come through. That one last night was akin to like a rain shower for most plants. Very healthy for it. Will be helpful.
Wait a tick. Do I still have that?
I don't know, because this was kind of one of those things that the party technically can do something, but I don't think they have any abilities to.
Hmm.
Well, what I do have is the summer star. So
Yeah, that ain't helping.
I have a Pluzak mushroom still.
Okay.
I'm looking through my items. There was something I remember having that had something to do with the ice familiars that were attacking us at one point. I'm trying to figure out what I did with it.
The ice
I
methods,
don't
yeah.
recall, but I don't think giving it a fungal infection is going to help.
No, I was looking.
I think it
more
was
for
more he
that.
was looking through his items and went, "Oh, I have a Pluzak mushroom still."
Hey, Ravnas, you should meet Plus.
Who is Pluzak?
He
Oh,
sounds
douchebag.
really swell.
Yeah, I did the exact thing opposite.
Mala's best friend.
Oh,
Death eyes.
yeah.
Just death eyes. Kara.
Well, that was his password, so.
Well, I guess he will forever be remembered until we eat our next stew.
Kara will.
Speaking of stews, you should try the one at the Northern Light Inn.
Northern Light Inn. Where was that again?
It was in the last town that we stopped
Caircon.
at on the way out here.
Or
Konig, yeah.
Conavan? Yeah.
Konig, I think, yeah. Konig.
You know, the
Well-
town that wasn't touched by the dragon.
Did you have anything to do with that?
Some. And I look over at Dragon Kai's direction.
And he's listening in Dragonkai, and he just kind of looks over his shoulder at this point.
It really wasn't much of a dragon, not compared to me.
Oh, it was an artificial dragon anyway.
Still impressive. Someone is able to
Artificial
do such a
lives
thing.
matter.
Wow.
Claw's like,
That was
fuck
quick.
you guys, yeah. Or sorry, Mace is over there. He's already making t-shirts.
Racist people.
Fucking fleshlings.
Stupid flesh sacks, yeah.
You're all the same to me. I identify as divine.
Oh, God.
Hang on, I'm gonna finish typing this.
Regardless, as Xinglong saw you approach, Kara, he would have, or felt you approach him, but he would have looked over his shoulder and nodded a good morning at you.
Mhm.
And just, so can I help you with something?
I guess I'll say that instead. I don't think we'll be staying with you for the duration, but the person that is intended for, gesturing to the flower, is currently staying at a village south of here with a tribe of Goliath like the one accompanying us.
I see. And you wish me to bring it to them, is the plan?
Yeah.
So I will
Sure.
posit this. The time that this flower could take, as I've stated, could take over a month, over 2, I'm not too sure. Something I hope within that time frame, but it could be a long period. If they have perhaps moved on from that place, is there somewhere else that you wish me to go next?
No, give it to the clan leader and tell him it's a challenge to deliver it.
I understand, but I'm more mean. And he looks over at the Goliath at the fire. They seem nomadic in nature. I've seen plenty. It's easy for me to judge. What if they are not there?
That would pose a bit of a quandary now, wouldn't it?
Yes, so I'm just a simple somewhere else to bring it in replacement. Somewhere it perhaps could get to you instead as a secondary.
The only other place I could think of taking it would be to a location known as the Church of the Storm Heralds.
Is there somewhere I could bring it here, like in the 10 towns, that could get to you first and you could bring it further?
Assuming
My
it's still
intention
alive.
in this deal is just to get the flower to you, realistically. I will bring it elsewhere if it is closer, but that being failed.
Take it to East Haven and give it to a woman named Imdra.
Imdra. That is most certainly within my capacity. The East Haven town should be along my way to my world's heir.
Say that you're holding it for me, or that you are holding it for an individual named Magnus. Whoever gets it
most certainly
first.
easy.
Magnus is a tiefling, so an individual of dark reddish skin and horns.
That should be easy to find among the crowds. No issue. I will check this Goliath village first, and then we will bring it to this East Haven short that working.
If neither of us are the target, tell Imdra, or not the target, if neither of us are able to receive it, the third best option would be to explain to Imdra it needs to get to the Temple of the Storm Heralds.
Yes, this is certainly doable. Definitely within our purview. Morning, Metalman. Can I assist you?
Morning. No, I just meant to.
Oh, that's right. And he actually will stand up and dust himself off. And he'll take his coat off gently this time and just place it on the rock. He'll step over here. I believe I owed that hammer of yours some sort of a test.
Right. I apologize for making you the role of punching bag, but I indulge him a lot more than perhaps I should.
There's no better way to grow than to at least try. We learn either through success or failure. But if it is something that requires my strength, he is going to kind of take up a horse stance, kind of put his arms at his sides in very much a karate stance. And as he does so, he once again glows his deep golden. And let me make sure I'm burning the charge. The scales start to appear along his body. His snout will once more elongate. And he will turn back into dragon form. So he's prepared for you, no problem. And he will just say, "All right, I guess whenever it is you're ready." So in this instance, let me look something up. You're just going to swing at him with advantage until you hit him.
Okay.
21 AC.
Advantage. And let's try that. That's probably not gonna hit.
It's okay. Like I said, 21 is your number. Just keep swinging.
Hey,
There you go. Perfect. So, you swing one hammer in, and you kind of feel Chance, his handle actually wiggles a little under your hand at first, and you miss the swing because of it, and even Xinglong is, he's just standing there, like, ready to take it, so he's a little confused. And Chance just kind of,
Sorry, I'm trying to figure it out. It's a bit weird. Hold on.
and you wind up again, you swing this second swing, and at first you feel him wiggling, but you realize that this warble turns into this seeming surge of energy. And I want to find it. So, you will feel a spike in your head, a spike of pressure, as you take, I'm going to give you 4 psychic damage yourself,
Mhm.
Xinglong will take the 6 bludgeoning, and then as well as 12 extra damage. This is, I think, this is thunder? Yeah. 12 extra thunder damage as your hammer strikes and radiates out this contained energy across his body. So yeah, you do a total of 18 in one solid strike on him. And
Interesting.
you can feel Chance very much seeming satisfied in what has occurred. Xinglong kind of takes a step back, just staggers a little, and he simply says,
The little one is much more powerful than he was yesterday, or at least he was holding back.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand it myself. I'll be sure to question him properly, but for now, he seems pretty satisfied.
Xinglong will nod, and he looks specifically at the hammer and just give it a little bow, and just,
I hope you found what you were looking for, little one.
and with that, you will watch as he kind of stands up straight, and again, he glows golden as the scales and his dragon form dissipate. And he'll just walk over and next to you, Kara, just kind of reach for his coat laying next to you and just shrug it on and lean up against the rock. Otherwise, return to staring out at the flower.
Mm-hmm. I will, get give a slight bow to him as well in thanks, and I guess return to the rest of the party.
Careful not to
And
stare
seeing,
at the flower for too long. Maybe it's shy.
Otherwise, he will climb back on the rock, and he'll just continue about his business. So I think you guys have, at this point, a nice place of where to bring it and all that. So it's really more a matter of where do you, or how do you want to proceed?
well, we have to report back and tell him that he's gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
That's totally fine. So just back to Ruslan Village for now. Anything after that you want to do, or just go there and see what's happening?
I think that the village is the next best bet, unless there's more going on here that we haven't been clued in on.
No, as far as you guys can tell,
In
that
fact,
seems to be it.
in regards to that, I think it would be important to consolidate with Magnus, seeing as he's around now, and I don't think any of us, put an asterisk on that, uh, really harbor any kind of buck off sort of emotions. So, seeing as he is, well, obviously intending to remain with his current companion, he seems to be doing really good with him too.
Are you talking about me while I'm next to you, or is this like in your head?
Good
I'm
question.
just curious.
How I would phrase it then?
Trying to. Did you put your
so-
mask back on?
Yeah, I just put
And
his
then you're
mask
telling
back on.
everybody-
Just put my mask back
Yeah.
on. He doesn't make anything out of it. Yeah, no, that's actually a great point. Yeah, he'll put his helmet back on, and then he would say, "Well, Ramdas has been doing good with his current companion, and I harbor no resentments toward him. But I feel like we would be remiss if we did not offer him assistance in his journey if he were to cross our paths again. He does appear to have grown, and he seems like a powerful asset regardless of how much personal growth he's had. We need as many allies as we can get, and we've failed to grab quite a few in the recent past. So, what does the rest think about that?
Well, Kara will take the direct approach. Ramnus, do you need any help with what you're doing?
It would be good if the flower bloomed sooner. Yes.
I meant in regard to your own quest, not just the flower.
If you hear word of this signet, and I'll show him a picture of a drawing because I'm assuming I have that.
Yeah, well, if anything, it would be your brooch that responds, right? It probably would have the
Oh,
same
that's right. My
family
brooch
symbol on it.
responds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll show you my brooch that I have, and that's it. could carry this symbol and get word to me somehow, that would be great. I will be here until the flower blooms.
Once the flower
Or
blooms, where would you
we
be?
can stop and see Imdra on our way out in East Haven.
Okay, then I guess we're leaving it with Indra then.
But I have no knowledge of where my brooch lies currently.
Do you even? I'll think of my helmet for this part. Do you have at least a clue as to where it could be? Any direction, last known location?
Yep, in the Icewind Dell. And
I was
I
gonna
do
say on this earth.
my my cousin, what's his name again? Tyser, I think it was.
Yep.
My cousin Tyser is also looking for it, but I can't have
Are you in
him.
competition with him?
Yeah, he was in East Haven when I went last time.
Yeah, he was the one that you guys saw.
Yeah, the one that was
The
cocky
more
and-
pompous asshole.
Yeah, a snooty
Yeah.
pompous
Yes.
dick. Yeah, made you all
Yes.
go, oh man, Ravnus maybe wasn't the worst one we could have got.
So you can see why I want it as opposed to him.
I
Fair.
mean, governance is a.
Didn't he wet himself?
He did.
Too much crazy shit has happened in this fucking campaign.
That was so long ago.
It was. It feels like it was. I was looking the other day. We've been going for just a little over a year. 2 months over a year. Oh.
But he
Oh no, actually it might be
may
more.
have knowledge.
A little bit
if
more than that
he's
now.
searching.
Yeah.
Well, that honestly seems like a job for Mao to steal his notes and figure out what he's learned.
Who am I stealing
Um,
shit from? Your cousin?
Also,
You
now
are.
it's okay if I steal.
Yeah, seriously.
Kara brought it up, not me.
Note that I said previously there was a time and place to use your skills. Not that you don't use them.
Yeah.
Is it your cousin that I'm wanting to steal from?
That was what was offered. Yes.
That was what
Okay.
Kara
That's
said
what
out
Kara
loud in a
said.
stream of thought. Yeah. I ain't taking it back. I said what I said.
You're like, so it's okay if I keep body parts for alchemy, but when I try to do it for fun, no, everyone knows crazy.
Do we know where he is in the Icewind Dale? Just that he's looking for it.
Just
Last
looking
known
for it.
whereabouts, East Haven.
Okay.
I mean, it shouldn't be hard to spot. You're not exactly blending
Yeah.
in much.
A Triton.
Yeah. Seen a
Should-
fish man
is there
wandering through
anything
town?
else we
No.
should-
Okay,
yeah.
probably not here.
Anything else we should know about your cousin?
Nope. You pretty much know everything.
Pretty uninteresting man then.
Yes. I mean, so was I. Well, I still am. Oh, maybe not.
Well, that's not for me to judge.
You at least answer questions now. Before you were a bit more
KG.
reserved.
Is Dragon Kai hearing all of this?
Yes, he actually is. So he's probably. I think he's the second.
He
to
wants to
Kara
look
in-
away and
Yeah.
Yeah, he's second to Kara in passive perception. I think. What are you? 21, Kara?
yes.
He's a 19, so he's really not far behind you. So he's basically able to hear all this, no problem. Not to mention he could basically sense your locations and the movements of your mouths. So
The movements of our what?
mouths.
Oh, okay. See, I heard the movements of our bowels, and I'm like,
Yes,
what?
that too.
Owls too. Yeah.
Yeah, why
I mean,
not?
how else do I keep track of most of you? I could hear your clock going, your literal internal clock.
Yikes.
Throw a peanut in there and it's gonna put in between the gears. It just gives you a heart attack.
I think I'm having a stroke. No, it's just a planter's. All right. Continuing on. At this point, is there anything anyone else wants to ask Ravnus, or should we just move you back toward the Goliath then? Or village?
Wish him well and good luck.
Alrighty. Alright, so Kara, in
Well,
that case,
you know, like,
give me
pat
a
him
survival
twice in the
roll
back
when you get a
and
sec.
also go on.
Survival roll for travel.
18.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so it'll take you guys about 8 hours to travel to the village. So, say, take and fix this. So you guys get there in the afternoon, about 2 p.m. This is day 33. Very cool. Okay, so yeah, let me pull you there. Ruslan Village. So as you guys come into the Ruslan Village, you can come in from the northeast, or north, really, in general, anywhere. You notice that for the most part, most of the Goliaths are not currently around. Petya, though, is standing around the fire, talking with the Virtuoso. As you approach Kara, you basically hear, it's pretty obvious they're talking about music.
Oh, he's back. Hello, wing girl. How's do? You find ice rock flower?
We did, but there was a complication.
Uh-oh, what complication? Usually complication can be good challenge if done right.
Well, I guess there was a metaphorical challenge involved with it, but it was overcome. The challenge is now a test of endurance. How patient is Magnus?
It depends on if he's some sort of riches waiting for him. But, yeah, he can be.
There's an individual guarding the flower that is waiting for it to bloom. He is willing to give what's left of the flower to Magnus. He just has to wait.
Yes, well, we will see how well can wait. Probably is okay.
I don't think he could take him in a fight if that's what you're posing.
That leave to be desired. Magnus killed many things in past, but yes, he's good now.
And actually,
Either way,
go ahead.
Either way, we've established a deal. The individual who goes by the name of Xinglong will return the flower here once he's taken what he's needed from it. Assuming that your village is still here, and Kara will just, gesture. About a month.
Okay, village should still be here. We will be waiting. Have several Goliath returned from challenge still. My sister, one of them. Have been waiting for her and the Atreus to come back. Once tell of what happened here were gone, then Petya and Magnus go off on an adventure. Will be like good old days. It'll be fun.
And actually, as he says this, you would notice that Magnus actually walks out of the tent with the girl from before. She seems slightly more chipper, although she's still pretty dour. And they both start walking in your direction. And once he sees you, he kind of steps forward and looks over.
Oh, Huck. Good to see you are back. How did things go?
You want the good news or the bad news?
I guess bad news first.
You're gonna have to wait a while.
For,
The flower.
No, it matters not. I'm not really on a timetable. Are you going to go get it later, or
No, it's gonna be brought here to you.
brought here?
Brought here.
That kind of could serve a bit of a problem. Did you tell them yet, Petya? Oh, we're saying time for adventure now.
Yes, okay. To clarify, she has told us pretty much everything, points at the girl. And, well, let's just say I'm capable of utilizing this sort of... Yes, you know what, I'm just going to say it outright. With blackmail like this, I'm pretty sure I can swing one or two on these guys, and it'll be beneficial for myself, for Petya, and it's going to get some of the girl's bad conscience off her chest. So, yeah, we're going to go see what we can do.
Kara looks up to the sky, seeing if there's a storm developing.
No, there actually isn't, strangely enough. So, with what you know of him, that would tell you pretty much everything you're asking.
Yep. Okay. Well, if you will not be here in a month...
I'm not sure if we'll be here in a month, to be fair. That depends on how much time it takes for us to plan and for his family to return. Did he tell you about that, too?
Something about his sister was on a mission with Atreus.
Yes, so I actually was hopeful to meet both of them, so it'll be good that I'll get the chance before we leave. Heard many a tale of her, and, well, honestly, I've traveled with that horse. It's just as much a companion as Petya.
Wait, you're waiting for a horse?
Yes. Honestly, it was sometimes a better companion than others that were in the group with us. Fucking Dragonborn.
Yeah, not even chatty.
Well, it's funny that you say Dragonborn, because a Dragonborn is delivering your flower here.
Well, as long as he's not mad that I killed a black one in the past, then, we'll all be fine.
Alright, well,
You
if
racist.
you're not here, he's going to bring it to Imdra of East Haven.
Oh, that makes things easy. Yes, okay. Very well. Sounds good.
There, that's all I got.
Alrighty then. I
Wait,
thank
did
you
he
for your
specify
service.
what kind of adventure they were going on?
Sort of. But as he says, I thank you for your service, just to get through this. That is when you would notice, Kara, that there is most certainly a static charge in the air. And you watch as he slightly stiffens up. And he just...
I think you fucked up somewhere.
No, 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 no. They did not give me the flat. This does not go. No. No, this is not.
And just the static starts building more and more. He actually backs away from the girl as he starts to, like, have little lightning bolts kind of arcing between his horns and his fingers and things. And he just starts panicking as you watch as he like starts padding into his robes. And eventually he pulls a little leather pouch out and he just hucks it straight at you, Kara. And as soon as the pouch is in your hands, the static just ceases. And he turns around and looks skyward and just screams out,
I absolutely hate you sometimes. You know that. They have not completed what I set forth for them. They do not deserve a reward.
"There's your reward," as he turns back to you. But with that, you have
Errol
something.
looks up to the sky. Thank you, I think.
Yeah, you feel a gentle tingle in the air. You know, just like
A little
almost as if
static
someone...
electricity zapped in your butt.
Yeah, almost as if it crackles in your ear and you hear, "You're welcome."
Kara will, I guess, look in the bag.
So in the bag, you would find what looks to be some sort of an amulet. It is probably religious by nature. You could tell by the fact that it looks similar to what Magnus tends to tuck and untuck from his robes. However, this has a very specific air to it to you. Something a little more gentrified than just a simple symbol.
Okay.
If you want, you can just put it as, Magnus's amulet or something in your inventory. But I will tell you, unless it's being worn, no effects can potentially occur because of it. So whether that is you who puts it on or someone else, that is up to be determined, but otherwise.
I mean, I'd give it to Mace, but he has an aversion to God things, so...
Well, it could be a dead god. I don't know.
I guess for now that goes into the bag of holding until we figure it out.
Alrighty, no problem at all. Just make sure you have a note of it so that you guys can come back to it later.
Is it is it identical to the one he's wearing? Like, does
Yes.
it have like the same symbol?
It has,
stuff?
it's pretty much identical in look. It's just Kara in particular. I mean, Mace probably would be able to as a paladin as well, but when she holds it, she can feel that it has. It feels closer to a holy relic than it does just a simple amulet. Maybe not as
Okay.
powerful, but it has an air to it that definitely states that it is more than just a simple amulet.
Okay.
Alrighty. So with that, I will ask. I'm assuming the group at this point wants to go back to the 10 towns. What sort of route do we want to try and take? And where do you want to come back into, and where are you trying to go to?
I guess the question, would come along the lines of a different thing. What more do we have planned, and how long are we staying on for? Because it's getting close to night.
I have
don't know.
plans to the point that you get back to the 10 towns, essentially.
Yeah, we can just do the travel.
Okay.
As far as where we want to go, we have something about the Arcane Brotherhood in East Haven.
Correct. That,
Um,
and I will tell
That's
you...
also where the dragon bone I need to deliver is too, isn't it?
Even if it's not, that's Bryn Shander, but either way, they're close enough that that's not even a day trip, especially with the dog sleds.
Also, we know about that whale that can locate Orel, or like her island or whatever,
Mhm.
in Angajok's belt.
Yep, that was a rumor that you guys heard
Which-
about. I don't know that you know the location of it, but you did hear that that was a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I figured we could find out the location at some point or another.
Yep, absolutely. If you ask around the 10 towns, they can most certainly guide you that direction.
Other than that, well, Bizak was cursed, but I suppose that's not an issue anymore.
Actually,
Um,
that did somewhat solve itself. I'm not sure if you remember, Pluzak eventually answered the dream questions in a way that was satisfactory for the curse, so it
Yeah,
abated.
you're
Yeah.
right.
But good memory that happened.
I'm just going through my notes, to be honest.
No problem.
Suggestions if anybody else has an idea.
Go for it. Oh, you said you're out of suggestions?
I said I'm open to suggestions if anyone else has ideas.
Yeah, I'd
You can
say.
find Ravnus'
Well, so how
signet.
about
That's a
this?
quest.
So how about this?
Well,
Let's
that's
just
on the
It all
to-do
seems
list.
to point out to East Haven then.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Let's just choose a 10 town. We'll get you guys headed in that direction, and then we'll play it out as much as we can tonight.
Yeah, because we have your bone, we have the Arcane Brotherhood, and we have Ravnus' last known location of the guy on all on East Haven.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
That,
So
that'd
that's
be my
that's
vote,
the
I
ultimate
guess.
goal. Absolutely. Do you guys want to just pretty much travel back to Caer Konig and go back, the way that you went out to the Ruslan village, or do you want to swing through the other half of the 10 towns? Is I guess the only other question.
I don't think we have a reason to, right?
To swing through the other half? I mean, short of figuring out what happened to those places. Well, actually, you killed the dragon in Tourmaline. You pretty much know what occurred over there. So yeah, there's no reason to go one way or the other. It's just flavor text, essentially.
Uh-huh.
So if you don't really care, then we'll just go back. We'll have you backtrack back through Caer Konig, because, that's go back the way you came, sort of thing.
I feel like that would be easier too for Kara. It's places that she already knows as well. It'd be easier to navigate through.
Yeah, absolutely. So sounds
These
good.
are all fair statements.
So with that being the case, Kara, let's just do a survival roll from you. We'll see how long the travel takes.
17 days.
15 for 10 miles.
Turns out that blizzard covered all the vile paths.
I mean, you're probably right. That's an 11.
12 miles or so. Yeah, so with an 11, it's probably going to take you the full, 12 and a half, 13 hours to travel back.
The cat meat didn't sit well with the dogs.
Yeah. Okay, as you are traveling, though, I will tell you that as you arrive about 2/3 of the way, I think that's close to where it happened before. Regardless, as you're traveling, you guys will end up in an area. Come in from the north is where your tokens will be coming from.
Any specific spot north or just
No,
north?
pretty much anywhere north is fine. I mean, northwest probably is what the most actual direction makes sense, but anywhere north on the map, as long as you guys are grouped, it'll be fine.
And the dynamic quadruple motherfuckers have arrived. And then there's Ravnus.
Yeah, right now.
Oh.
At least you're not a quadruple motherfucker.
So,
Like that.
Kara, I'm just going to give this to you. So you hear pretty much straight ahead of you on the other side of the berm a sound. You point it out to the group, and almost as you're in the process of doing so, you notice above the mountain, a giant's head starts cresting. And as it looks over towards you all, I need to ask again, do any of you speak giant?
Not yet.
Maybe.
Hold on.
I do, yes.
I also speak giant.
I do not.
Okay. Sorry, you said
Is
no
it
one
mounting
does?
this mammoth?
I do.
Yes, it is. Oh, okay, you do. So you would hear in giant,
As well as claw, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I missed when you said it. I was reading something. So yeah, he calls out over the berm essentially.
Tell me if you've seen any of my kin or die by my hand.
If you're looking at us.
Yeah, towards your direction. And let's do this as well. Just everybody roll initiative so we have an order in general, but you guys can still talk. It's free action.
Okay.
Well, to those that can speak, please do. I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
Obviously I'll translate for the party first, and then I'll say. Wait. So, out of character first.
Yep.
We have, I believe, right? We fought one of them before.
Yes, you have. That is correct.
Yeah, we absolutely. Yeah, we killed him.
20.
Thank you, Mello.
So I'll say, we indeed have seen another one of your ilk.
Okay.
We mean no harm, but I must wonder why you ask.
One of my brethren was slain in these lands, and I seek vengeance for him.
Oh, God.
Either that or more riches. What do you have on you?
Is he just like
Shifting to a shakedown? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there. Okay, I was gonna like. So there's not gonna be any point to actually talk to him.
I don't
He's
know.
just
He,
gonna
No.
be
he,
there.
he did just ask if you have anything valuable.
I have no. I'm not even gonna go there.
Uh-oh.
Sage advice. um, let's see. Just out of pure curiosity, let me see if I have anything interesting. This is all too small for him to actually give a shit about it.
I gotta go take the dog out. I'll be right back.
Yep, no problem.
Well, I'm willing to depart with treasure. I do have some, but sincerely, I don't think that the sentiment is going to be shared. That's it. I don't think it should be too rough on us to try to kill him. We might get beaten and bruised, but it should be survivable. So I say fight him, but that'll be my vote for whenever the party or like the rest of the guys come back.
Okay. I think it's just Harrison who's missing. The rest of you kind of on page with him?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to fight him. Fuck him.
Okay.
We should, before we engage him, though, we should actually, you know what, I'll just ask, was the body we saw a relative of yours? Are there more of you looking for him?
Yes. Once we found out of his death, we have been searching the lands for any adventurer parties like you. We assume that's what did him in. You'll have to convince me that you either weren't or you have something of value worth your lives.
Now, this is a frost giant. I mean, most giants can throw rocks. Triggered.
Alright, I'm back.
All right.
Welcome back. Public opinion is fight him. He's asking for ransom if we're not going to.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Um,
Voice of reason comes back. The voice of reason says, "Fucking yank his ass."
He said ransom. Fuck him. I ain't gonna take a
Alright.
threat line down.
yeah, and another thing is he's not the only giant around these lands looking for retribution for the giant that we unalived.
No, we unalived him.
So are we just owning it and dealing with it?
I mean, did anyone admit to killing the other giant?
Not yet.
No one said anything yet.
He's just saying that, he's looking for retribution for someone who, like another one of his kind that died here or like around these areas.
When did we kill a giant?
On the
We
way
fought
out to
one-
the Ruslan
It's like
village.
this one with his mammoth.
Yep.
I think it was on the way to Petra.
I just don't remember fighting one. That's all.
Oh man.
Fred knows. He watches all the videos.
Yep.
All right.
Look.
Regardless, so
Not doubting it. I just don't remember doing it.
yeah. So you guys are pretty much just gonna fight. You want me to just roll into the turn order at this point?
Sure, yeah.
So in that case, Mallow, you are up first.
Okay.
Good luck, Mal.
You're doing great, bud.
Did we lose him too? I didn't realize.
Do some of that. Do some of that key stuff.
Light him on fire.
Make us a pot of soup, you key bitch.
We might have to flip him here since I don't hear him. So if he's not here, Mace, let's have you go, and we'll just flip you two for this turn order.
Okay.
I come back.
Oh, there you are. Never mind then. Sorry, Mace. Mallow,
Alrighty.
you are up first in the turn order.
Are we fighting this thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
the party has said make him bleed.
We are killing this thing.
Is it dim enough for me to be able to teleport?
Yep. As long as you like are near one of the ridges, you can take find shadow on him and stuff, or a teammate. Something to cast,
Okay.
but good enough.
Okay. Let's see. From. Just the fuck out of my way. How far away is? Oh, I can teleport to his fucking ass, but I should probably.
Don't forget he has a
Hey.
mammoth.
So had a
So
long rest. You'll be fine.
I hear
Fuck.
that and go, there is something wrong with this fight.
Yeah.
No, honestly, all it is I don't want him to, all of you in general, to take too long deciding actions at this point, because this is the
Okay,
last
fuck
fight
it.
we'll
We'll
have,
just-
and
we'll
I don't want to
just
keep Claw too late. That's
teleport
basically it.
straight behind him.
Alrighty. You can choose to
and
attack either the giant or the mammoth without too much issue. Just let me know what you're hitting.
We're gonna attack the mammoth.
Okay.
Bow staff with advantage. 21,
Yes, sir.
6,
Yes, sir. He be rolling or
and
no?
then 2. Yeah, I'll re-roll it.
I just never commit the damage. Oh,
Yeah.
damn, dude.
Okay, and then one more attack with normal. We'll make this a stunning strike. Does a 13 hit?
Yes, it will.
And then he needs to make a DC 12, which he'll pass, I'm gonna guess.
We'll see. So roll the damage for me. 10 more
10.
damage. That's a good hit. And let's see. DC 12, you said? Yeah, he will pass.
Kind of figured. All right.
That's
And that's all that I can do.
Yeah, still, that's a good roll. 16 damage. Big old mammoth boy. In that case, Mr. Mace, you are up.
Okay. Well, am I able to like go on a straight line or no?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I don't want this to be too complex at this point.
Okay.
Normally you guys would have had to climb around those, but
So
go
just
for it.
in that case,
Ish.
let me measure first.
We just see Mace running straight up a cliff face.
Yeah, Mace,
Yeah.
for the first time in his life, he starts embodying like the cybernetic side of his build. Starts running on walls like a fucking ninja.
Kara flies over it. I run up to it, just straight into the wall.
No. You don't. At this point, you don't run up.
You
like,
Looney Tunes through it.
Oh, what I was gonna say is you run over towards the little like rock face in front of you, summon an echo on it, and then he like free bases off, and you teleport to him and stab the thing in the fucking neck. It would take technically too many bonus actions, but you know.
It's all
right.
about the flair.
Yeah, it's you know, if it's fun, maybe we make it happen. All right.
Well,
Regardless,
yeah, I'll just dash
Mace,
towards it
just dash it.
and
Okay.
likely. How far away from the 10 towns to begin with? Like for the next 10 town, anyways.
You guys are at this point only a couple hours, 3 hours.
Okay, that's fine then. I'll bonus action. Yeah, I'll cast Hex on him.
Awesome. Okay. So
Wait,
is that?
sorry, that's not. Yeah.
I was gonna say. Okay. So.
And I'll.
Okay. So what ability are we hexing? And.
I'm hexing his strength.
Alrighty. And you also do damage with that or no?
Not immediately. On hit, I do deal additional
Extra
damage.
damage. Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
But we'll
So
be concentrating on that.
at this point, you guys see as so coming in from the southeast of the map at this point, just what looks to be a relatively well-kitted adventurer, just judging by a glance, starts moving up.
He's like dibs.
All right, so
Uh-oh, John Wick's here.
yeah, so just let me know. You can just message me through Discord, Fred, on your numbers, or you can write them into Roll20, whatever's easiest for you, because I know that sheet that you
Yeah.
transferred over.
I'm gonna shout out and say, Mellow, Mace, I'm here to assist. And I'm going, obviously I did
Bonus action dash, yeah.
bonus action dash to get there. And then I'm going to do, I'm on the wrong sheet here. I'm
Yeah,
going to
no worries.
do
Just
Booming
what's
Blade.
yeah, so it's to hit and then damage, yeah.
Yeah, so I can just roll.
And then, sorry, the giant or the
This.
mammoth. Not that it would matter
Um,
much for movement, but
Well, are they both flanked or
it's
is...
this. Yeah, they're both flanked. They're basically one unit right now.
Okay.
They have
Then
the
I'm
full
gonna-
attack set and HP of each individual thing, but they move at the same on the same turn. So
Okay. Then I'm gonna go after the giant.
alrighty.
So roll this
Okay,
plus
awesome.
that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. You rolled it as Ravenous. That's probably smart. Okay, or at least it
Yeah.
came through it as that way. So.
Yep.
Was that the to hit that came through, or was that?
That is 2 hit, so plus 9 to that. So 16.
Yes, you will hit.
Oh, well, I get advantage, right?
You would as well from flanking. Yes.
Let's do that too. Nope, okay. No critical. So this damage on booming.
Yeah, I should have built that sheet for you. I'm sorry.
Blooming is 2d8. No problem. Yes!
Did you roll a 2 and a 1? Goddamn, dude. And then it's plus
Yeah.
plus a modifier, right? 3 or 4.
You get weapon damage modifier, or
I
is
think
it?
it's still the same weapon effects, right? Or am I wrong, Claw? You know Booming Blade better than me.
You there, Claw?
Might have muted himself or stepped away.
He may not be.
Anybody else used booming blade before?
I'll just open it up on his sheet quick and.
If I get weapon damage, it's plus 4.
Yeah, okay. Booming Blade. Suffers the weapon attack's normal effects and then becomes sheathed in booming energy until the start of your next turn. Yep. So it'd be a plus 4 on top of that. So 7 total.
So
Nice.
would it actually be 3d8 because you get the weapon damage plus booming blade damage?
Good question. Hold on. Yeah, Claw, now that I hear you, you might need to clarify this for us.
Yeah.
Booming Blade's initial damage is the full weapon damage, and then they just don't take the extra d8s until they move?
Normally yes, but after level 5 you do take an additional d8 on hit.
Attack deals an extra single d8. Okay, and it is extra. Yeah, so Fred, it would be the one initial plus the other. Yeah, so I need the initial d8 as well.
You said the initial 1d8, right?
Yeah, so just roll me 1d8. Okay.
Yep.
Dude, you are rolling such classic Fred numbers. This is great. You rolled another 1, guys.
I'm not here to
So,
save you.
Got yourselves 8 damage.
Poke.
Beautiful.
Oh man.
All right.
It's like he's about to be excommunicated from the Goliath tribe.
Yeah, really. All right. In that instance, though, I don't think there's anything left you can do, right?
Also, has this adventurer guy said anything?
Yes, he said, Mace, Mallow, I've been sent to help you, I believe was the exact
Oh, okay.
The gist of it.
Now it is technically the giant's turn, so it is going to attempt to, let me see. So it's going to swing down first at Mace and then at this adventurer, because those are the two flanking him. So let's see what he can do. He will hit on both of those. So Mace, you will take 27 damage. Fred, you will take 26. Okay. The mammoth's turn. It doesn't really have room to move, it doesn't think. So instead, it's just going to try and gore out at Mallow, because he was the one who hit it.
Be gentle with
A
me,
13
beast.
will not hit you, though.
No, it will not.
Yes, sir. So you're good on that one. In that case, go back to, or up to Leif.
Oh, yeah.
I feel a strange primal desire to kill this thing, and I don't know why.
There's an innate urge inside of me.
And all the while, I'm just thinking to myself, fuck you, Loki.
I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to bonus action and echo out there, and move him down. Do I have to be directly across from?
No, that's good enough. I'm not
Okay.
gonna be super critical on this. He's a
he's
huge
a big
monster.
boy. Yeah, that way I can still attack because I didn't dash, and I'm going
Yep.
to
No,
attack.
you're spot on. That is correct.
I'm going to attack the giant.
Alrighty.
14.
That's not the right tab. That's the right tab. This
Okay.
14 will not quite hit the giant.
Okay. Try again. 25.
That most certainly will. 11 slashing, 12 slashing.
12 slashing.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and I'm good. I'm good there because I'll move down on my next turn.
Alrighty.
Because that's all my movement.
No, perfect. Kara, you are up.
I start flying forward, and as I'm flying, I throw the spear.
Okay, so you're gonna end at your 35 mark, and then but you're throwing the spear on the way.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
So, 17.
I didn't throw
That will
back.
hit, yes.
Okay.
Thanks, game.
And sure, we'll planar warrior this one because I feel like I'm not going to do another hit. It's probably a good thing I did because I'm enrolled. 10 damage.
Alrighty. So 10 damage with the spear. Beauty, beauty.
Kara will now retrieve the spear as she flies in closer.
Yep.
And go for a second attack.
Alrighty.
Make sure that's turned off.
And you have advantage since Mallow, so you can still more time if you want.
Damn,
Perfect.
I just missed
Just missed by 1.
it. 7 damage total.
Beauty. Still good.
And I will use my remaining 5 feet to. Oh, it's a giant, so it's got reach. That won't. I'm still gonna back up just in case the mammoth has a shot.
So how high up are you right now, just so I can...
Ground level, but I flew
okay.
to get the distance.
I see. Gotcha. Gotcha. One of those cases of using those wings for that higher mobility. All right.
Indeed.
So in that case, it is your turn. Proper this time, Fred. Don't have to delay you this round.
Right. I'm gonna use this. Just gonna message it to you.
Alrighty. I'll get the right wording.
And I'm gonna attack again
Okay.
with the rapier at advantage. It's probably, yeah.
Well, hold on. So I think you have to split that into 2. Because the first thing's an action, right?
Oh, is it? I thought it was a bonus. Sorry, hold on.
I might be wrong. Even if it's
Nope,
not.
you're right. It is an action.
I
It is
think-
an action. So my bonus, I am going to disengage.
Engage is a
move somewhere.
bonus.
I'm just gonna move back here,
Alrighty.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Oh, so you are doing that first thing?
Yes, doing the first thing,
Great,
and then
okay.
disengaging, moving back.
Perfect. In that case, that sounds perfect. Okay, so next one up is Mallow.
So, do I get advantage from him being there, or would I need to move to like here?
Move to the other spot, but it's not like you're going to take an attack doing so. Move to the left one, and then you'll be good. Yep, advantage.
All right. So we're going to. There's no point you can do that then. Okay, so we're going to slap.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
Let's re-roll that damage. Better slap again.
Okay, 8 and then 6. 14 total.
And then I'm going to flurry of blows.
Alrighty.
So that's 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
I really should have programmed that to just do 2d6 plus 8, but whatever.
You're good.
Or it doesn't matter. Ooh!
That will most certainly hit.
14.
Strong punches. Get him right in the groin.
And then here's another 26.
Mm-hmm.
8.
8 more. Beauty. Good hits. Very good hits. Alright. Mace, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to Hexlight's Curse the
Absolutely.
giant. And I will try to whack him twice. So.
Alright.
Okay. So that's 1. Oh wait, I have advantage.
Yes, you do. Go for it.
Okay, so that's 1. I assume 18 hits.
It does, and I'll even do you the favor of give you the higher damage on the 13 because it was what you rolled first.
Nice, thanks.
Um,
And then second swing.
I think
15.
that you're swinging at the giant.
Yeah.
That meets.
Oh, awesome.
6
And I
more.
will probably smite on the second one.
You can't. Oh no, you can. I'm sorry. I thought smite was a bonus action. It's not. You're good.
Yeah.
Your Hexblade's curse was so. All right, another D8. Beauty. Or another 8.
And that's an additional, I think, 3 from Hexblade.
Oh,
Oh, it's 6 technically, because 2 hits.
2 hits. Yep, I did the 3 from before, but I put it on that one. Yep. Okay.
Yep, and that'll be.
Beauty. It's looking very worse for wear. At this point, it is that giant's turn, though. Seeing as you have hit it quite a bit and Mallow's hit it quite a bit, it's going to hit both of you guys. Let's see, Mace, it will not hit you with a 20, I don't think. Is that correct? Mallow, it will hit you with a 19.
Okay, I've been smacking the mammoth, right?
You hit him the last turn, I thought. I might have put it at the wrong creature, if that's the case.
Okay, I have been attacking the mammoth.
If that's the case, I will switch the damage back to the other one, and he will swing at Leif as another creature who's attacking him instead. He still hits with the same roll.
Okay,
So. No, it's fine. That's fine. That was my mistake. So let me just make sure I get all the damage back. So the 18, 6, 14, 14.
634 or something.
Yep, 28 to
30,
32, 36 is what I get. But
yeah,
so
36.
heal him
sorry.
for 36, hit him for 36.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's good to clarify. That's to make sure that I'm doing it right.
No,
Okay,
that's my
so
fault.
regardless, he will. So he's going to strike at Mace. He does not hit with a 20. He strikes at Leif. He hits with a 19, or it's Leif's echo technically. So the echo will at that point dissipate, and you guys no longer have advantage. But that is all he can do. At this point, it will switch to the mammoth, who is just going to turn and try and stomp on Mallow. 24 will hit Mallow.
Oh, dear fucking god.
It wasn't a crit or anything, but it will do. Wow, that was a big roll. 29 damage.
Jesus.
You get a big old mammoth foot stomping down on you. That is
my
their turn though,
God.
and Leif, you are up.
All right, we're gonna just we're gonna pop an echo out. Look at that. He's gonna come down here. I think
Yes,
that's
sir.
still key.
Does the same thing he did before.
And then he's gonna smack the fuck out of that giant.
Yes, roll with advantage as you do.
15 meets, right?
Yes, sir.
14.
Yeah.
15 meets.
Oh,
14. We're gonna go ahead and unleash.
Stop doing the same fucking rolls. It's making me skeeved out. You're
23.
fucking me over somehow.
17.
Awesome hits.
Damn.
Very good hits.
very good.
All right. Anything else? I don't think there's anything you can do. It's
no,
bonus on
that's-
main,
that's-
so.
That's
Sure.
where I'm at.
All right, Kara.
Yeah, we're good.
Kara is up.
And leaping up to strike at the giant again.
Alrighty.
And just normal swing numero uno.
That will still hit.
And 7 damage.
Yep.
I have min-rolled every attack this round.
That's okay. Harrison's doing a lot of that with his
So did
staff
I.
tonight. Yeah.
I did that.
18 will still hit.
And I will Planner Warrior this one.
10. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It is still standing, just barely.
I don't consider. Oh, wait, you know what? Fuck it. Action surge.
Yeah. Let's see how much you can do.
Turn Planner Warrior back off. And
That will hit.
11.
Wow.
And last attack.
Oh,
Alrighty. It's not
14.
not a ton, but it's enough to kill it. So
Just-
let me-
Kara's ruffled for some reason and just starts going at this giant, riding the body down off of the mammoth.
I don't know what I must have sent it to back. Or did I put it
Even
on?
Mallow is looking at it like, is that what I do?
Oh, that's why I accidentally put it on. And yeah, good enough.
Like,
So the body
that's so
it's
hot.
it basically just he dies and falls off of the mammoth. He's just it's laying in the snow next to it right now, but the mammoth is otherwise unencumbered. Anything else, Kara?
Unless that's a bonus action. Speak within. No, that is not a bonus action. I cannot cast that. And even if I could, I use my bonus action to do the planar warrior. No, that's me.
Alrighty. Okay. Let me get back to the right window, or the right tab, I should say. And that should put us back at the top of the turn order. So go ahead, Fred. Alrighty.
Come up and booming blade.
Alrighty, go for it. Advantage since you're paired with Mallow and/or Mace.
Yikes. 9 and
16 will still hit. Yep.
So what was it? 3d8.
Yes, that is correct.
3. Much better rolls.
Oh yeah, damn.
20.
Good hit. Okay. Any other movement or anything?
No, the mammoth stomp has only targeted one person at a time, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll stay near it this time. That's okay.
Okay. Perfect. Alright, in that case, it is Mallow's turn.
Just gonna beat the shit out of this mammoth still.
Alrighty.
We killed the fucking giant.
Yeah.
That was way
Jesus.
quicker than I thought was gonna happen.
Okay.
You killed my
And
brother.
we're gonna
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys hit like 2
do
crits on him, though, between 2 of you, right? So.
Staff.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Or no, sorry, one of the
damage,
crits was on the mammoth, but still.
Staff.
10
Damage.
Nice.
10
How
more damage.
hurt? How
You and your
how
brother
hurt
both.
is
The
this?
fuck, man? Stop rolling some shit. It's looking very beat up, bleeding pretty profusely from its, mouth and trunk and stuff, but it's still standing pretty firm on its feet.
Burning another key point. Flurry of blows.
Alright.
Attack. Hit. Damage. Attack.
Crit.
Jesus.
Crit.
Have you re-rolled anything?
No.
He has not.
You re-roll that crit, motherfucker?
It wouldn't re-roll the crit damage of that attack, would it?
Yep, yeah, I would. 1d6 plus 4, 3 plus. Fuck it, let's see. 10 plus 4, okay.
14 instead
Yeah.
of 13. Might as well
I mean, it's
burn
one
it.
more.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, but you get it every
20.
turn.
Yeah.
23.
Might as well.
Alright, so it is just barely holding on, but it is still there.
Dude, just getting slapped.
That puts us at Mace.
Nice.
Let's see if you can finish
Yeah,
him. Short of missing, I think you pretty much should kill him.
probably. I mean,
Mace,
I'll bonus
Mace just
action
takes no
transfer
action.
the hex onto it.
Okay.
Hexing the strength again. I'll whack it once. I
That'll hit.
assume that hits.
And an 8 will also kill it.
Nice.
So with that, I clicked the wrong thing. The mammoth will also keel over dead. I'm on the wrong layer. And hey, you guys have killed yet another giant riding a mammoth.
Very nice.
In 2 rounds. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Do we find anything on them?
No, not necessarily. It's the same thing that you've kind of found the last time, which is just a whole bunch of giant weapons and stuff, and a mammoth that you can kind of cannibalize.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn
Not
to
many
our
weapons.
surprise guest and tell him I didn't know we were expecting company.
Oh, yes. Well, you probably wouldn't, because why would you in the middle of the frozen tundra? I am Wilton. I've been sent by... trying to remember her name.
Yeah, it's gonna be way up in the.
Vellynne? Harpel?
Vellynne. Okay.
Vellynne, I think is how I was pronouncing it.
Vellynne.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just so happen to find you while you're fighting a fucking giant.
Yes, well, it wasn't exactly planned, but it had to be dealt with.
You do fight quite well. I'm actually surprised by how well Mallow did. At the end there? Wow.
So you're able to distinguish us even only knowing our names. Curious?
Vellynne did give me a description of each of you, so yeah, not that hard.
Fair enough. We are quite distinct from one another.
That is true.
Uh,
I'm
but
gonna poke the leaf that's next to me,
Mhm.
and see if like my finger goes through it or not.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, if you're just trying to touch it, then I believe it's corporeal. Like it has
Well,
a
it's a translucent gray image of me. I think.
right,
Is how
but
it's
what I
supposed
mean
to.
is it clearly can physically touch the world because it's able to attack, right? So if he was to poke it with a finger, it would probably touch
be
something.
solid?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would definitely feel something. I'm not quite sure how it would
Pokes it,
feel,
and it
but
shatters like glass.
well, if you want to poke it hard enough to try and make it shatter, then you'd have to roll an
No,
unarmed
no,
strike.
no. I want, like, I'm curious, right? I
Yeah,
heard about this,
absolutely.
but I just didn't. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
It says it occupies its space. So yeah.
Yes,
Probably.
yeah. So I mean, he would feel something is ultimately what I meant. Yeah. Very cool though.
Yeah, pretty cool, Leif. As I'm kind of
Poking
like
at it.
poking your, yeah. I can't
just-
see the real
I
Leif
just-
over
can
on
I-
the other side of the mammoth.
Can I
Yeah,
swap
so-
places? Can I swap places with my?
Yes, and as you do, his finger stops like penetrating as deep as he starts to just poke your real flesh and clothes, and he's like, "What?"
Whoa!
I wanna swap places with it, and then look at him and just be. You said your name is Winston.
Close there, Leif. It's Wilton.
It's Leif. It's good to
Oh,
meet you.
Leif.
Good. Yeah. Good to meet you, Walter.
Good to meet you, Walter. Oh no, this is gonna be the thing,
It's
isn't
gonna
it?
be a thing. Yep, it's gonna be a thing.
I think we are, Kara.
Okay, so with that, Kara, give me one more survival check, because I'm assuming you guys will be looking to move on, and
Yeah.
we will check to see how long it takes you guys to get the rest of the way to the 10 towns, and we will most likely call it at that point, so we don't keep you too much later, Claw.
17.
Okay, so with a 17, we'll cut this down, so... Okay, cool. So we'll do that in a minute.
So were you
Regardless-
guys heading back to town?
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
I
If you want to do
was
RP
hoping that you
and
guys
stuff,
would come back.
please
Awesome.
do. Otherwise, let me make sure I'm sending you to the right town. I think it should be this one.
Fuck you, Loki. What?
You, Loki.
Beautiful. But yeah, so essentially you guys would make it back to Caerconic pretty late or early in the morning, I should say. Where were we at? 2 p.m. plus 11 hours. So yeah, pretty early in the morning. 1 a.m. or so. You roll in. You guys could of course go to the inn if you would like. But otherwise, yeah, just feel free to chat. You guys are just in the inn in Caerconic, and that's kind of timeline-wise where we'll come back in next session.
Alright, I'm gonna have to pop off.
No worries. Kind of what
I will-
I figured is it's getting a little bit towards that end of the night.
It was great fun, though. It's nice to see Ravenous again.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad it came together pretty good.
Alright, I will see you guys next week.
Absolutely.
The
Bye.
Thanks for not killing me.
Yeah, no problem, bud.
Anytime.
Bye.
It was actually a very interesting episode to see Mallow like embracing or trying to show that he's changed, you know?
Yeah.
It actually got me thinking a few things, and
Fantastic.
I don't know if that might be a thing with you or not, but
Thinking is always good.
I think Mace might be willing to take up an oath again.
Oh god.
That's fantastic. I actually, so I will tell you that is more than willing to let that happen.
The oath
Because
of
I
Mallow.
actually said to Chris at one point, or it might have been Fred, that one of the things that I was, was definitely something in my potentials was that if Mace finds a reason to take up an oath, he definitely can do so.
That was me you had that conversation with.
Yeah, so completely irrelevant to you bringing it up. I've thought the same as a potential, so we can absolutely
Yeah.
talk about that being a thing,
We'll
if
definitely
we find a
talk
right reason
about
for
it,
it.
yeah.
So
But I
Alright,
mean,
I'll talk to guys.
we'll see. I'll
yeah,
be
thank you,
leaving as
Harrison.
well.
All right,
Absolutely.
man.
But yeah,
Bye,
see
guys.
you.
Bye.
That was fun.